Welcome back to 6 Feet Under.
Hello!
So glad to be back.
Today we'll be playing Skull Diggers, a game that I am in the process of writing. So some numbers might be subject to change, especially monster math. That's the one thing I'm working on most. But hey, it's on Kickstarter right now. You should check it out. There will be a link in the description.
Hell yeah. Math is hard and fake, so
yeah.
I don't blame you.
So on the YouTube, I do have everyone's Discord icons showing when they're talking. So everyone knows, Riley is 3 people today.
Damn it!
Introduce yourselves.
I hate when that happens.
Anyway.
You go first, because you're the one whose icon it is. You go first, because you're the one whose icon it is.
My icon? Ah, shit. Hello, I'm Riley. Should I introduce my character as well?
Yeah, just go for it.
Okay. I'm going to be playing the Shepherd of the Broken Mesa.
AKA you lead a weird cult, if I remember right.
Look, I only call it a cult half the time, and that's for tax purposes.
Real rich from any podcaster to call anything else a weird cult.
Fair. And that voice was Ix. Hello.
Hi, I'm Ix. I'm back on the podcast. The character that I'm playing today is commonly known as Mito, because she likes to say her full name really fast so that nobody can pronounce it as a negotiation tactic, because she's kind of that kind of bastard. So she's Mito, full name Mito Oni...
You can't even say it.
I was saying it just fine before recording started, isn't that always the way?
It is.
Midori Onigai Warutsukuro. Midori Onigai Warutsukuro. Okay, great. Just keeping that one and keep the other fucking 8 tries. Anyway, a little bit of a disillusioned Great Shield type. I was intended to defend a party, and I was the only one who came back from that mission unscathed. So I'm a little different than I used to be, I guess.
These things happen a lot.
A little bit more of a money-grubbing asshole than the heroic knight that their reputation may even still. Anyway.
Alright, and that brings us to the last of the 3-person audio pile. Hey, Yao.
The Cerberus.
Yep. Hello. I am Yao, and I am playing as a rather odd sort who was a carpenter who got a little too sick of all of these monsters coming out of the ground from these bones, decided it was a good idea to build a suit of armor out of wood and go and punch them so that they stop doing that.
You know what? I'm going to say it. I also think that's a good idea. I don't see what the problem is.
So their name is Ash Forest. They are sometimes known as the Arboretum. Last time you're going to hear him called that. So.
Alright, and that brings us to Medibot. Hello!
Hello, it's Medibot. I also have not been here for a while, but I'm glad to be here to die in a...
My personal favorite member of the podcast.
And I will be playing today as the Humble Grouse. An awful mess of hair.
It starts with the? Oh god. I didn't know about the hair.
Just awful. I
kind of figured frills from the name.
Humble Grouse causes problems for nearly everyone in town. Humble Grouse's favorite things are bread.
I want you to read what roles you have too. Like, we should all eventually say what roles we have, but yeah. I think your 3 roles are especially telling. If you just go ahead and rattle those off.
So my society role is the troublemaker, my explorer role is the sneak, and my combat role is the trickster.
I believe you have some sort of fey creature traveling with you.
Oh, that's exciting. I didn't know that part either.
It happens sometimes.
Alright. And yeah, we're about to start an expedition because a bone just broke up outside of your Minecraft village, as you can see on the map.
Oh no, a Minecraft village.
Oh, you're just going to call it that. Okay.
It's what I could have Googled to get a screenshot for a village.
I mean, you could have just said village.
I should have. But I didn't.
Yeah.
Live and learn.
Can't take it back.
Just like Sonic Hedgehog says.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, here we are in picturesque Minecraft village.
When a castle made of bones erupted just outside of town, maybe a mile away or so.
Rising up one block at a time.
And now you gotta go do something about it, because that's what your job is.
Alright, everybody form up.
So let's start with, what is everyone's explorer's role? We know that the humble grouse is a sneak.
He sure is.
How
It
about
sure
everyone
is.
else?
Which one's the exploration role? I guess that would be boss for me? Yeah,
Yeah.
boss, because I'm in command of some minions to assist me in the exploration.
I guess coming from a noble house has some advantages, even if it isn't that noble anymore.
Oh yeah, it's very possible that the noble, quote-unquote noble house that she's part of is like so far gone past noble house that far gone past that before she was even born. It's just a name now.
Yeah.
A relic of a possibly lost country at this point, who knows? This is a pretty fucked up game, who knows what happened.
And Shepard, what is your role for exploration?
The shepherd has taken the exorcist role.
I love that movie.
The exorcist role?
Yeah. Really high concept title, late in the series. It was kind of like Jason Goes to Space,
Oh.
but it was like...
So Ash,
It
what's
was
your role
like
before it goes completely wild?
I didn't even get to describe the exorcist yet.
Okay, the Exorcist does cool things. What do they do, Riley?
I get to put out wards and basically completely negate danger.
Yeah,
If I
basically
can-
save our dumbasses from all the shit and bones.
I can tell you, I told you so.
Yeah. That's pretty fun. I do enjoy that.
Probably
also-
the most powerful of which is that you can just negate traps. A ward just says,
Oh.
no, that trap didn't hit us, actually.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
I want to mention I kind of like that about your design philosophy in general. There's not often things that give you an increased chance at something. It's generally just, you have this. And I prefer that simplicity, so...
I also prefer that things just kind of work. If you're good at something, you should just be good at it, you know?
Yeah, that's also true.
Which brings us to Ash, who I believe is the chef.
Yep. Ash is a chef, and the special thing, in addition to having a decent amount that you can carry and not having too bad of a search value, which we'll get to what that does later, carries tools and ingredients for making food out of things you find. And as a result of that, when we rest, any allies that are resting with me don't have to spend anything to rest. I still need to spend food or discard a card, but I basically end up beating everybody else.
I really like how vague things you find is.
Look,
Sometimes it be like that.
let's face it, it's probably bark.
Yeah,
For the most
bark,
part, and
blood.
roots, and occasionally bits of whatever we kill.
Yeah, you know.
Hair.
I wrote the book, that playbook, or that role, thinking about Dungeon Meshi. And
Good.
that has actually been in place longer than the concept that the things you're fighting are Eldritch Horrors has been in the game.
Nice.
You know what? That's totally fair.
Look, I will figure out how to cook them. I've got plenty of spices. We can make this work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, star anise, it's right there in the name. They come from the stars, so that's science.
Alright.
Yeah.
So let's go on an expedition to go
Yeah,
topple a bone
please.
castle.
Let's go knock this fucker to the ground.
The first half of the expedition is finding it, and then the second half is, once you find it, you have to go in and destroy its heart. Burn the marrow, kill the heart, whatever you want to describe it as.
Just like any good relationship.
Mm-hmm. In the expedition game, we play using cards. As you can see on the screen, there is a joker representing our starting point. There's another joker in the deck that will represent finding the castle. Once we draw it, we find the castle. We draw cards when everyone starts walking around in different directions and looking at places. So let's begin with that.
So this Joker represents the society that we live in.
Yes, the Joker represents the elements of town. West of here is town. You can return to town to resupply. Not much point in doing it right now, but you can later. It lets you spend coins to recover and also offload your treasure for coins immediately.
All right, let's get to it.
Yes.
What is the environs around village like anyway? Also, we should probably name our Minecraft village, so I stop calling it that and making Gnome Loki anxious the whole time.
Well, I mean, we could call it the Broken Mesa on account of the cult.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Congrats, you're all either part of the cult or know of it. Whichever you'd prefer.
Maybe this town wasn't originally made a cult, but at this point the cult is about 55% of the population.
They renamed it because they got more shares.
Yeah, exactly.
So we seem to have a lot of east.
There's a lot of east, there's some north, there's some south.
There's 4 of us.
How do we determine who goes first in exploration?
Everyone
zone?
decides where they're going, and then we resolve them all at once.
Okay, well, I think at first we should probably all stay together in case things go horribly wrong immediately. How's that sound?
Although you do have...
Oh yeah, I got buddies, whatever.
Yeah.
You've got minions who can go in other directions and scout things out. At least one of them can do so safe for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. I have 3 minions. One of them is the Hunter, whose default ability is that they can... What's it called? Is it called Retreat?
Yeah, they can use any card to retreat.
Yeah, they can discard any card to retreat. Is that... what is it for players? How do players retreat again?
Normally you need a face card. So you need Jack, Queen, or King. Hunter's like, not anything
so it's slightly better for Hunter. Okay, that's cool.
Also, when it comes to exploring, if I'm by myself, I am hidden and silent. I just sort of walk away.
Humble
it is
Grouse
generally
just
best
leaves.
for the sneak to go off on their own until you guys need to fight something.
Humble Grouse just leaves while we're having this conversation, yeah.
Humble Grouse moves to the north.
Humble Grouse leaves to the north. Well...
The other advantage of the Hunter's ability is when you retreat, you can bring everyone with you. So just having the Hunter with you means you can bring the whole crew back for just one card.
Ooh, that is good to know.
It looks like Ash is exploring to the east.
Oh, did you move that, or was that just where your pog was?
I moved that, basically figuring east seems like a good direction for a group
I
to
think
go in.
east for the... How about you go east with the Scholar and the Hunter, and maybe I'll go south with the Shepherd.
And bring your underling with you too?
No, I'm sending... Let's see, I'm sending... Okay, yes, that's right. I keep forgetting that underling is the specific one and not just the general name.
Yeah, the general term is minions. I almost called them the minion. I was like, wait, can't do that. They're all the minions. Your employees.
But yeah, so I should also describe... I haven't for them, sorry, I ran out of time. You 3, you'll have to deal with it. But basically, in essence, the Hunter is someone who believes in Mito when she doesn't so much believe in herself anymore because it's been a long few years. So, yeah, lesbians on that front. Don't really have any ideas for the Scholar whatsoever, so they're just kind of some boring blank slate right now until I think of like a pun or something. That's usually how it goes.
You all picked pretty well so far. Humble Grouse,
good.
You found a monster. Everyone else found safe areas. Now, Humble Grouse, being sneaky, does not automatically enter a fight next turn just because there's a spade there. You can do an Explore modifier to change that card if you'd like, or you can just let it be.
I know I will accept the 3 of spades. All right. What monsters do I see here? I guess enemies. I shouldn't call them monsters. That seems a little impolite.
All right. There are a pair of blue coats here patrolling the area. Blue coats are tall, pillar-like people that glide along the ground. They only have one arm, but that arm is carrying a weapon, one of them holding a gun, the other holding a police baton.
Great. Of course I run into the cops right away. I want to take their stuff and just walk back.
Yes, the search value...
Yes, so my search value is 10, which is greater than or equal to 3, so I find a small treasure.
Yes, which you can just take it and leave.
Alright. Bye.
When you retreat, you have to go back the way you came. Yeah.
Yes. That said, you normally have to discard a card to retreat, but the Humble Grouse
Not the
can just
sneak.
move next turn.
The humble grouse is like, oh, rules? Nah.
Alright, and meanwhile, Ash Forest, I know that your minions, well, not your minions, Mido's minions, have a search of 6, so you find a small treasure in that room.
I also have a search of 7, so I would have.
There you go. Shepard, what is your search value?
I'm pretty sure it is low.
Yeah, mine's 6, so we might not find anything.
Wait, you brought the underling, though.
Also 6.
Yeah, all the minions start with the same 6. The underling can have +2 search if it's improved, but
Yeah, I didn't want to.
Do neither of you have a search of 7?
Nope.
alright.
Nope, I'm bringing mine up. Mine search is a 5, actually. I'm back.
Humble grouse, come help us out. We can't see.
Up to like a step
Once
on
a room, once an area has been set, it is searched.
Oh
There's
god, I
just no
stepped
treasure
on it.
there.
Oh no, I stepped on this valuable pair of glasses.
Crunch.
Alright,
Okay, yeah,
and that
no.
brings us to our next round. Humble Grouse, it looks like you wanted to spend your action going back to the center square?
Yes.
Alright. Everyone else, where would you like to go?
Let's say we go east, you and I.
We're going east.
Okay, we're gonna go east.
Okay.
All of you then?
The minions will follow your lead, yeah.
Guess I'll also go east.
Alright. And now I will only draw 2 cards this turn, because only 2 new areas are being explored. Well, that was easy. Hey, yeah, you found the castle.
Well,
Wow, how?
Well
have fun
done.
storming the castle.
There was just like this one rock right outside town that was shaped exactly like the castle.
And
as
you
soon as we
guys,
got it.
Shepard and Mido, you found a dead end.
Oh, well, it's fine.
Well, fuck.
Comparison of luck. I guess, for the next turn, we'll head back then.
Yep.
Also, that Jack
There
is
is
higher
no
than
danger
search.
between everyone and the exit, so if we'd like, we can just say, hey, and now we're beginning phase 2 of the expedition.
Wow.
Sometimes luck be like that.
Sometimes it be like that. Seems like that's gonna get balanced out very quickly.
No,
I
that's
mean,
fine.
it's just how luck works.
No, I'm saying by luck.
Oh,
I'm
yes.
saying the intangible force of the
Okay.
universe.
Oh.
Now, remember this time to actually shuffle the Joker.
Also, I found a valuable ruby. I took it from the police.
I think I found a curiously shaped root, probably.
Probably something medicinal.
I got a rock.
And now I will deal cards again to everyone.
Hooray. I can't believe we have to deal all those cards and we didn't use any of them.
I know, very funny. It happens. Sometimes the bone is just right outside your front door.
Ladies.
Alright. Hand dealt.
Yeehaw.
So, now
boy.
the wilds that we explored, they don't matter anymore. We know how to get to the mansion. Or we know how to
In
get
this
to the
case,
castle.
they especially don't matter.
Yeah, they also didn't matter much because all there was a couple cops. Some cops we ran away from. So, this castle, and I guess actually the area you were exploring outside the castle was similar to your village, but, you know, weird and wrong and not quite right because this place is a facade bone. The facade are things that imitate people, but they aren't people. They're just people adjacent. So welcome to, the Castle of the Bloody Queen. Time to start exploring.
What a pleasant name.
Hello, fellow bloodbag. How are you? I am fine.
I wrote a new boss so that Yao and Riley would not have an advantage,
Good.
because they fought the other one before.
It was a nasty one in the end. Kidding,
Oh, yeah.
but-
The Crooked Man is very mean, and I am a fan of them. That's why they are the Kickstarter image art, or in it. But they're not who we're fighting today. We're fighting a new one.
Okay.
A special preview.
From the top, which way do people want to go?
I mean, east? No.
East?
Let's see. I feel like Humblegrouse should go alone again. Does Humblegrouse want to go east this time?
I was going to head south.
Oh, okay, there you go. Humblegrouse south. I was thinking maybe... I think both Hunter and Scholar north, because they can either retreat or redraw if they really need to. So Underling and the player characters going east. Sorry, I guess Humblegrouse has been demoted.
That's
That's how it goes.
okay.
You can't demote me. I'm already at the bottom.
They kind of come out randomly, these cards. They just go wherever. So, to the north, we have found a barrier blocking the progress of the Hunter and Scholar. Everyone else
Oh,
has
no.
found blood.
Blood.
Oh dear.
We should get rid of this.
I should get rid of at least one blood.
Don't worry. No.
As a matter of fact, these are ridiculously close to the entrance, so I think we should get rid of it, like,
Yeah,
extremely.
So,
let's get
blood.
there.
these rooms are covered in the same blood that makes the world different. That is changing the world of the bone into more things like the bone. So they are building structures and leaving them behind, and building things to live in those structures. The blood slowly oozes around, changing places as it goes. So if you stay here while the blood is under construction, if you don't do anything about it, you don't remove it, this area will become a different card, and then the blood will move to a different area and destroy it. They can destroy the entrance, locking you in the dungeon until you find it again. It gets shuffled back into the deck.
It's pretty good. I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, it's nasty, and we should probably get rid of it. So, to remind myself, if I play a higher value, it has to be a higher value card, right?
To replace, yes. You have to play a higher value card of any suit to replace. You can use, or you can just match a suit to draw a new card.
Okay. Well, I have at least one heart sitting in my set here, so I can just re-roll it.
Yes.
Y'all good with that?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's re-roll that 3.
Alright. I will draw a new card to replace it.
Dun, 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 dun.
It is now a spade room, where you would fight a monster.
Cool.
Or will we?
Yes, all three of you... Now, everyone can do an Explore modifier once, so... Ash has used their Explore modifier for this exploration, but the Underling, Mito, and Shepherd can still change this if they want to, if they have the means to.
Yeah, I don't think Underling has any. Their stuff is just... Right now their stuff is, hey, look, I have pickaxe and some lockpicks. Cool, huh?
Well, they do have a 6 of diamonds and a 9 of diamonds, but
Oh,
those
that's
don't
right,
help
they
now.
They can do the normal player actions? I
Yes.
didn't know that. Okay, that's cool.
Oh, I should probably screw your cards on.
Well, that's...
Alright, do we want to deal with the spade, or do we want to do another Explore action?
You want to beat something up?
I don't know. Well, I mean, we are in pretty good condition if ever a time to actually fight some monsters and save our rerolls for later. It's probably now.
The one disappointment is the only person who could get a treasure from a 9 is Humblegrass.
Humblegrouse, get over here.
They went elsewhere.
Humblegrouse,
I
come over
found
here.
blood?
They found
Yeah, I
blood.
found blood.
Oh, shit, they really have to deal with that blood. Too.
Question.
Yes.
What if I had a higher... what happens if I have a higher suit?
If you have a higher card, you can just replace it straight up. So, like, if you had a queen of, I don't know, diamonds or something, you could just play that and then the room would be a diamond room.
But aces are low, so
Aces are low?
Aces are low.
Okay, I can't do anything about that, but I can use a war.
Ooh, yeah.
So you're going to spend a ward to retreat from the spade room?
Yep, we are retreating.
Alright.
I probably should have kept the blood room because I could break barriers and the ward.
This is now a spade room. All those cards below it don't matter. And let's... So in that room, you ran away from a pig. A very big pig, but mostly a normal-looking pig.
Big.
Yeah, that's probably totally fine in the facade palace or whatever.
Yeah, I'm sure that's fine. Alright, Humble Grouse, would you like to modify your blood any, or are you fine with it being there?
Humble Grouse, would you like to modify your...
I accept the blood.
Alright, you find a small treasure there. Congratulations on your small treasure.
That's what I said when I went to the doctor for hormone replacement. I was like, Doctor, I want to modify blood.
Modifying blood just sounds like a good time.
That sounds like a command in the Dark Souls.
It does. It totally does. Or Bloodborne. Hunter, Scholar, are you two going to do any modifications, or are you fine just being in
I think they're fine with it being a blockade, and they'll just leave it for now,
Alright.
and they'll probably come back next turn.
Hunter,
Maybe.
Scholar, you come across a locked door. There's a portcullis with a bunch of chains and a big old lock on it.
If I remember right, in this case, the treasure should be like under the blockade, right? So it shouldn't
Yes.
not be there. And-
There's a treasure chest behind the portcullis, clearly visible.
Okay, cool, gotcha. It's just they don't get the bonus treasure because they both have 6s as well.
Yes, they
Yeah,
did
I
not
guess
search to
Humble
find the
Grouse
regular
has
small
treasure.
treasure. But in the bones, I guess I should mention it now, there's a bunch of just bonus extra treasure lying around
Oh, yeah.
all over the dang place.
It's everywhere to tempt you into dying. It's great.
Like,
It's called good times.
I really love the risk-reward level in this game because that's usually more a thing in like video games and not as much in tabletop.
yeah.
It's pretty good.
I am getting to the treasure page real quick. Okay. All clubs have large treasure. All spades have 2 small treasures guarded by the things. So you can go steal those 2 small treasures from the pig.
Clubs and spades being dead ends in enemy
Yes.
respectively, and dead ends in the blood dungeon bone zone.
Also have
have
traps.
so of course,
Because of course they do.
naturally.
Diamonds
barriers
have
have-
1 small treasure behind the barrier, so there will be some money in that treasure chest.
You can smash it.
And then hearts, the blood rooms, have no treasure, but if you let them spread, they leave behind artifacts, the most valuable treasure of all.
If
Alright, and that brings us to our next explore turn.
Okay. Do we want to try and destroy that blood, or do we want to leave it?
it's pretty close to the end.
That's why I'm not sure I want to leave it. It's
You know,
too much of a danger.
I would vote for destroying it. There's always more blood. That's what I always say.
I think we should destroy this blood.
That sounds
See,
good.
even the troublemaker thing. Oh,
I think you have to stay put for 1 turn and discard a card to do that, or how does that work?
Yes, you can use a break barriers action to destroy the blood. Destroying the blood requires discarding 2 cards, or you can use a holy or fire weapon to destroy them, which takes a
Yes, who has holy?
Oh, so you're going to just head down there and
Yeah,
splatter?
the Exorcist has some holy stuff in their inventory to start with, because of course they do. That's their job.
if Humble Grouse leaves now, though, would it like spread?
It spreads every 2 turns, so since
Okay,
you've discovered
every
it,
2 turns.
it's safe this turn, it's safe next turn.
Okay.
Turn after that, it spreads.
Okay, so yeah, there's totally time for Humble Ground. Maybe even go past. Well, no.
Yeah, you can go past the blood. It's
You-
not
you can
blocked.
go
It's
through
not
the blood.
stopping
Sorry.
anybody.
I was thinking go past the enemy, but no, you can't. Right? You
Can't
you
move
can only
towards the
retreat.
No, I cannot go through
no, that's not what I
enemy
mean.
spaces, but I can.
They just don't notice you. Yeah,
Yes.
gotcha. I was.
Spades still block progress until the enemy's defeated.
I can also ambush them.
So yeah, I think Humble Grouse go. Yeah. Humble Grouse going back up for now would be okay, or anywhere you want to go. Your life is your own, Humble Grouse.
I am going to head east.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Everyone else, where are you going?
I think we should probably try and stick together heading south. That sound good?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do you want to smash the...
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Well, one of them can stay and smash the barrier, and the other can start following us now.
If I remember right, you said before the game started that your underling brought lockpicks with them, didn't they?
Yeah, but the underlings with us.
Yeah, but
I
you
guess
could
they
send
could go
them
up
north
there.
by themselves to go break that barrier.
Yeah. Do they get a move and an action, or just...
Everyone gets one action per round.
That's what I thought. Okay,
They would
so...
move up there and next turn.
So yeah, we'll have... So yeah, we're just going to do a lot of swapping this turn. We're going to have Underling go up, Hunter and Scholar. Well, actually, Hunter and Scholar are going to stay there for now. They might even branch off and explore one more each before they come back down and join us. So for now, all 3 minions are going to be north.
If you have to move... Can you move and break the blood in the same turn?
No.
Well, here's
Oh.
here's another interesting question. Can... since the Underling is the one with the lockpicks, can they move and just, like, hand them to the Scholar or something? Or do they need to wait until next turn to do it?
No, because all actions happen at the same time.
Okay.
Okay, so those two are coming back, or are they going as...
I think they're just going to wait there. They'll stick as
Does
a
that
group.
sound like a good where everyone is?
Yeah, I think so.
Alright.
We'll just leave that enemy for the moment.
You found a dead end, Humblegrass.
This is like the same setup as the first map almost.
It's very similar.
We didn't...
What if we find the Joker pack? Just like...
The pig is guarding the queen. That would be interesting.
That'd be poetic.
Alright,
Yeah, that does sound
Humblegrass.
like a fairy tale.
There is a large treasure here, but... Actually, no, you can just have it.
You can just have it, Humble Grouse. Humble
You don't
Grouse, you know
trigger
what? You
traps
earned it.
unless you stay there, and I don't
That's
know.
so good.
I feel like staying there isn't on your agenda.
Absolutely not. 0%.
Okay.
God. Just picturing Humble Grouse just like doing a really annoying dance through a bunch of traps going off or something. Just like...
Oh yeah, and facade traps are also particularly mean.
Ooh.
So there's stuff like, I don't know, like a room where a bunch of saw blades go through you, like Indiana Jones.
Okay, so we did just do it, or
Yeah.
they did just totally do a cool forward flip or something. Got it.
That's definitely what happened here.
So Humble Grouse goes into this room and comes out with a giant treasure chest. And he's like, what was in there? Yeah, dead end.
You find, I want to say it's a big fancy painting of some horrible otherworldly
Good.
scene.
Ooh, I like that.
My high school project.
I have obtained art.
Alright, so
Art times 1.
the blood will spread at the end of this turn. What do you do now?
Smash it.
Okay. It's a good thing I took the 5 wards advancement, so
Mhm.
I'm now down to 3, but the blood has been smushed.
Alright,
Smother blood.
flip card. That room has been dealt with. So that is what the shepherd's doing. Ash and Mido, you don't have to stay here and wait for them if you don't want to.
Yeah, I know. Is there a west or is there just south?
There is also a west, yes.
I'm gonna check west.
I should probably check with you, then.
Okay.
Alright, and where are your
How would
underlings
the-
going, boss?
Well, the one is unlocking the... Do the others... And actions are simultaneous, so I don't know if the others can, like, go...
Yeah, they could just wait.
They
That
just
sounds
can
fine.
wait. Yeah.
Alright. Add a small treasure to one of their inventories because you have
Oh, cool.
just flipped that card. And we're able to get to the chest beyond
We'll
it
let
as
the
well as the
scholar
areas
hold on to
beyond
that
it.
one.
Alright. Ash
heading
and
west with
Mido,
me.
you found another barrier.
Dum dum dum.
Alright.
Found a small treasure, though. So we're certainly above it, too.
Yes.
So, do we
I
want
hope
to
so.
do we want to smash this thing, or do we want to just...
I mean... I'm probably pretty good at smashing things, I don't know. Actually, I don't really have any abilities specifically related to that. I just have a buff character, so...
there's a different one that's good at that, I think. They're called the.
There are actually 2 roles good at breaking barriers now. One of them, the muscle, is very good at it. And then there's also the grenadier, who's good at just blowing up areas entirely and saying goodbye. They're just circumstantially also okay at dealing with barriers.
Yeah, I get you. So, I think for underlings, I'm gonna Hunter North and the other 2 West as well.
Alright, which one? Hunter North?
Yeah, so they can retreat if need be, while the other 2 go get eaten or whatever.
Sounds good. So are you going to spend a card to break this barrier then?
Yeah, let's see what cards I have. Only a 2 barrier, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You can discard a card of any value for it.
the cards are kind of okay, but I'll get rid of the 6 for that then.
Alright.
Alright, that reminds me, since we did end a turn in 2 area, that means we also got a small treasure, right?
Yeah, would you like it or would you like me to carry it?
How much capacity do you have?
My capacity is 5.
Okay, I have 8, so I think I'll carry it.
Yeah.
Save you the trouble.
So you found a total of 2 small treasures, one from your search check and one from smashing this barrier to get at the treasure beyond it.
Smash it, baby.
Alright.
It
And
is
that brings us
full
to
of-
Shepherd and Humble Grouse. Are you 2 going to go south or do something else?
I guess I just came back west.
Yes, this is now the turn after that already.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
this is sending turn.
Alright, hey Shepard, want this art I found?
It is a lovely piece. I shall carry it.
Alright.
Because now Humble
I-
Grouse can
I-
go steal new art from new traps.
I hand over the large treasure, and I will head south.
I think I should head west, because otherwise I just inconvenient Humble Gross.
I will deal 3 cards for all the new areas being explored. Hunter, you find a blood room.
Dun dun dun.
Blood.
Minions, you find a spade room.
Uh-oh.
Humble Grouse, you find a diamond.
Of course, the ones who can't retreat find the spade room.
You can have Scholar re-roll it.
Yeah, Scholar can try again.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, let me see their cards.
3 and 4.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have Scholar discard that 3 and re-roll that.
Alright.
Scholar looks around the corner and is like, "Oh my god, a monster!" And then adjusts their glasses and is like,
I mean, it
Never
might
mind.
still be a monster. Don't.
yeah, well, that's why I hesitated to finish my play." Yeah, there you go.
Here it is. It's a monster.
Great. Oh my god, it is a monster. It's a triple take.
Oh,
Thankfully, though, your underling has high enough cards to replace it.
Yeah.
you can replace it with a relatively harmless 6 or 9.
Nice.
Yeah, I was thinking that one. Don't worry, I was thinking that, especially since the underling is absolutely the type, so it's really just cosmically appropriate. So yeah, let's go ahead and replace that with the 6 so they don't just die.
Alright. Congratulations, you avoided getting your guys killed. It only took
Thank you.
half of their cards.
Thank you. Thanks, Gnome.
And, on top of that, because you replaced it with a 6, they find treasure.
Nice.
Good.
Humble Grouse also finds treasure. In another diamond room.
Hooray.
Unless you'd like to replace it. But diamond
I
is probably the
accept
safest
this
thing you can
treasure
find.
and this ace of diamonds.
Yeah.
The greatest ace of all.
So,
Sounds good.
Alright, so what barrier blocks my way?
I'm gonna say that this one is a big old pile of corpses.
Ew.
Just
Did
a
you just say
small
names?
mountain of corpses. You'd have to take some time clearing them out of the way.
A large molehill of corpses. Got it.
And they're just all like jammed into a tunnel. So you can't get
That's
past
gross.
without pulling them out. It's real gross.
It's a little gross, but you know that sometimes when the pipe is clogged, it must unclog for the humble grouse to continue on.
Oh dear.
Wait, are you a sentient scrub brush? It's one of the many mysteries of humble grouse, I guess.
But yeah, I guess while we're sitting here, after we broke through that barrier, the treasure chest that we had was full of those chocolate coins, except they don't have any chocolate in them. They're just full of more foil.
Oh, that's pretty
They're at
good.
least worth something.
I was gonna say, like, gold foil, but it's around an actual gold coin.
Gold foil around a silver coin.
So, like, it's actually worth something, but you have to, like, wrap one.
Alright, where is everyone going?
Good question. This is probably the edge of the map, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's the edge of the map just for convenience's sake.
I'm gonna vote south then.
Let's go south then.
I want to attempt to defeat this barrier.
Alright.
Oh, I just realized something. Before we make that decision
Yeah?
on going south, that is, the barrier's fine. We have blood.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
there's
that's
a new
right.
blood up by the hunter.
Should we head towards the blood instead?
Yeah, the hunter kind of has this new situation. Can I see the hunter's cards?
Yeah,
They
they have a 3 of diamonds
Hunter
and a 10 of
can't,
spades.
Hunter can't deal with that, so yeah, we should go up there as soon as possible.
Let's head toward the blood, because that's definitely going to really
Yeah.
soon.
Should we all move towards that, or just... Okay.
It could become something quite nasty.
Okay, let's all move towards that then. I'll head back east as well.
Alright. Humble Grouse. To break this barrier, you must either use a tool, use some sort of item that you have, or spend 1 card from your hand.
Alright, my Thieves' Tool simply say, can break barriers.
Yes, you could mark that resource and just destroy it, instead of using a card. However,
Okay.
actually no, that doesn't matter, because we're already at the second exploration phase. Yeah, okay. You can do that if you want.
Yep.
Alright.
Alright, I have marked my Thieves' Tools from my list of resources.
I have flipped the card. You have found another small treasure.
Outstanding.
How many is Humble Grouse up to? You found a lot already.
I'm currently holding 4 small treasures.
Okay.
That's amazing. I mean, I guess it is your damn job, so good job.
So we're
Considering
up to
we have
3.
been through like 7 rooms, you're at like a 50%
Yeah.
treasure accretion rate.
50% hit rate's pretty good.
We're up to 3 because of the barrier having both the 2 stuff. And I think you're all.
Yeah, it's been like
up
4 or
to-
5 turns maybe. Okay, anyway.
Goodness.
Number counting aside, what are the minions doing?
Let's see. So, what kind of barrier?
I think this one is going to be just another pile of nonsense. More rubble to deal
Okay.
with.
Well, perfect, because I have a pickaxe and that like specifically says clear rubble on it.
Yeah.
But my question is, since there's only stuff to like the north and west of here, should I just have them retreat? Is it worth using a pickaxe on that?
I mean, you get a coin for it.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, okay, let's do it. That pays for a new pickaxe in itself anyway.
Alright. Coin acquired by the underling.
Yay!
Is the scholar going to wait for them or just head east?
Good question.
And what is the hunter up to?
I think the scholar... Well, is there any more room to head east, actually? Or do you want me to head north
East
instead?
is to head back to the empty area next
Oh, sorry.
I get a mix
Right.
up too.
I think, yeah. I want to go east. I think scholar is going to go north. And possibly re-roll if they have to. Do the minions ever get a chance to again, or
Do the minions ever get a chance to what?
draw more cards?
No. These cards are all they have.
Okay, scholar, don't mess this up.
You can send them home if things get bad.
Oh,
And they
that's
could,
true.
like, carry treasure home, too.
Yeah, that's true. Also, since we're all like passing,
Yeah.
dropping off, which is kind of nice.
Is the hunter also going to go west then, so they're in the same area as the scholar?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because then if you run into trouble, you could retreat.
Yeah, I like that. There's a good question. If I retreat then, would they retreat into the same room together, or would they back
They'll go
into
with the
their
hunter.
own original? Okay.
The hunter will pull the scholar back with them.
Okay, that's right. I remember reading that now.
Alright. Which is good, because you found a 2 of spades. There's monsters.
Again! Oh. Okay, can I see my cards again?
Scrolling up.
Let's see.
Yes.
I mean,
The scholar could replace it with a trap.
yeah, I mean, I'm actually thinking of having the hunter replace it with a barrier.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm probably unlikely to be able to use diamonds in another city.
Sounds good to me.
And rather that than retreat and have to fight an enemy later anyway, I guess. If they come and fuck us up.
Alright, you have found a diamond room, which is lower than your thing, so one of them gets a small treasure.
Hooray, let's see. I think I actually forgot to add that last small trick too, so it's going to be one
Please
each
be writing
for
these
the
down because
underling.
I'm not.
Yeah, no problem.
I am not recording what you're doing. I do not have enough screen real estate to have another window.
No problem. I have 4 total between all my minions.
Okay.
Is that all my minions done? I think so, yeah.
That's all the minions done, and everyone else has moved. At the
Alright.
end of this turn, the blood will move. So what's everyone doing this turn?
I guess we're heading north.
Yeah, just to clarify, I don't know if I drop off, but is dropping off treasure a small action? Or...
You run back to the village tile.
Oh, that's right, okay. So, of
Yeah,
course.
it'd take a while. Like that's a supply run. That takes.
It also takes 4 turns to go to town and come back, yes. But, I mean, that's part of why you have underlings, so they can go do that while the actual important people can keep exploring.
Brutal way to put it, but point taken.
Hey, we gotta work with what we have.
Humble Grouse appears to be going east.
I'm heading east.
Alright.
Yay.
I guess I'm going
North?
north.
Okay.
I'm just gonna watch this blood transform.
Just watching
Yeah, it's
the
gonna
blood-
go transform before your eyes.
Watching the
What are
blood
the
flow
minions
by.
doing this turn?
Oh, let's see. The underling is all done with the pickaxe. I think the underling is probably going to join the shepherd for now. And yeah, I think the hunter and scholar are also both going to go south to where the underling was, just to get away from the blood.
That is a smart move.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to
Either
deal
be
2
with the
cards.
person who deals with the blood or be far away from the blood are the 2 options there.
Alright, and also, we are now running into a technical difficulty that I remember happening. I'm
Uh-oh.
going to have to quickly resolve, but that's okay. We can do that. First, you find... Humble Grouse, you find a barrier.
Big one.
Ah,
There's a
a
small
powerful
treasure
barrier.
behind it, no small treasures up for grabs where you can see them. The blood is going to eat the room to the left of it
Chomp.
and get replaced with a barrier room which also has an artifact in it.
Ooh.
The artifact is behind the barrier. You have to smash it to retrieve the treasure.
Figures.
I think that's the nicest form of artifact leaving that can happen.
Pretty much, yeah.
How about... Let's see, what kind of barrier is it?
I am gonna say that this one is a very fancy locked door.
Okay,
It is actually
nice and-
identical to the portcullis you broke before.
Oh, well, that's convenient for the underling. It's just like, same again.
Mm-hmm.
So, that'll be underling's turn, or plan, rather.
So, a limitation of Roll20, a very annoying one, is that I can only recall cards either from play or all cards in hand. I have shuffled those cards with the Blood 8 back into the deck. We can return to the gameplay proper. Hello, new turn. What's everyone up to?
Alright, what sort of barrier do I spy before me?
I have a list of sample barriers in my thing that in my document that I should use because I'm running out of ideas. You find a house with no visible entrances, no doors, no windows. And also, since we're in a castle, that's also very weird. There's a house inside this castle.
If there are no visible entrances, then I simply must enter something that is not visible.
Taps forehead.
I'm gonna make my way towards the blood room. I should make it in time.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll make it before it spreads again.
So I can just discard a card in order to defeat the house?
Yes.
Alright, I will...
And you get a small treasure for your troubles.
Outstanding.
Some valuable
An even
blueprints.
smaller house!
You find a miniature identical replica of the house you just broke into.
I wonder what's inside this one.
Beautiful.
I love it.
I'll have to make myself very small to find out.
So, shall we head north?
Yeah. So
The pig is
underling's
blocking
gonna...
access. Nobody wants to challenge the pig.
Nobody will challenge the
Well,
pig.
No, I'm terrified of this pig.
We want access to that
Which
thing.
I really can't fault any of you. I also...
We want the thing before the pig, yeah. You
It's-
two are terrified of the pig.
yeah, it's-
Underling is going to go up and prepare to use lockpicks next turn.
If we all combine forces against the pig,
I think so, yeah. I think if, since that was a dead end, we can't... If, Humble Grouse comes in from the west going east at the pig, and we come in from the north going south at the pig, then Humble Grouse can maintain their bonuses until that point.
Yeah.
I take it that you're going north.
I'm not... Yeah, for that plan, yeah, let's go north. I wasn't sold before, but with that, yeah. North for me as well, please. As for the other underlings,
Are we going to...
minions are up.
Well, if you
To
want
find
to
out.
start a combat with the pig soon, bringing the hunter with you wouldn't be bad. Because you took the
Yeah.
upgrade to let them fight.
I think we may be retrieving that artifact, the shepherd.
Yeah, and then the shepherd can come over, and then we'll go down and battle the pig with humble. This is our game plan.
Alright, so I should head back towards the pig?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that'll...
If you're brave enough.
I'll do it.
Think so.
Okay, so have we finished the turn?
My minions aren't back. Scholar should also be back with me.
Well, that would be the
Oh, yeah.
sir.
Alright, cool.
Oh, right. Underling has to do the... That's what you're doing next turn, right?
Alright, so everyone has made their moves. Humble Grouse, you found a small treasure. Underling is moved into position to do the lockpicking. Everyone, do your thing, new turn.
Alright, Underling's gonna get back and work and consume their lockpicking set on this door.
Alright.
It's like,
You
come on, dude.
get-
It's like exactly the same lock. Still broke a bunch? Come on.
Alright, so I should be heading towards the entrance zone?
Yeah, head for the Joker.
Alright.
Alright. The
What do I
underling
get?
finds a wooden sword.
A wooden sword.
A wooden sword.
A wooden sword.
Beautiful.
Goodness.
My phone autocorrected sword to weird.
A wooden
It's like, yeah,
weird.
thanks, phone. You're enjoying this episode too. You like this facade palace?
Do we know what the qualities of this sword are by dealing with it, or...
The exorcist would probably recognize it. The underling has no idea what it is.
Yeah, the underling is kind of a fucking idiot and just like take a few swings with. Oh, I wonder if it shoots a laser or something.
comes back... If the underling comes back with it to us, we should be...
Alright, everyone to the entrance.
No, everybody but Humble Grouse is going to go to the north of the pit. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was going to wait for the one turn, but sure.
I mean, they're not going to be able to help.
I don't know what that sword does.
Well, they'll be able to meet.
Congrats on finding more blood! It's lovely. It's a lovely shade of blue.
Yeah, but it's like a wimpy little pool of it.
Do we want to allow the blood to continue to exist, or do we want to slaughter it where it's...
I mean, this blood can spread at least once safely. So, I feel like, for now, let's just... Well, I guess we have to wait for Humble Grouse to get into position anyway, but I'm fine with this one spreading a little bit, especially since
Alright.
it is a wimpier
Then next
one.
turn.
Okay.
Underling and Shepherd are meeting up.
Things are accelerating, but okay, yes.
Yeah, I'm just moving ahead.
Hey, what's the sword?
Okay.
Hey, this sword is a holy weapon that destroys things. It's very good at that.
Oh, it's a holy weapon.
The underling is like, ha!
It is a
Starts
melee
lining up to
holy
swing it at
shadow
something.
weapon with 8 uses.
Okay, we definitely want to have that thing at our disposal because A, very useful against things. B, will destroy blood and not use up more of your holy fire.
Yeah?
Hey,
So take it with you.
I mean, I could just use my wards, but okay.
Yeah,
But
Yeah, but
those
it's
are
also 8
consumable.
uses.
Isn't-
It's very good at breaking blood.
if you're
Yes.
concerned about the fact, since you can always hand it to me next turn,
That's true.
or to Maida. Maida might also be.
Give me
able
the
to-
sword.
What's your
absolutely.
range?
Throw it to
Um,
me.
What's my reach? Sorry?
Yeah, are you melee?
Is that determined on the character level?
It's
I
on your
thought that was
weapon.
just-
Your
It's on-
your
Oh,
warrior
okay,
role is
no,
a
I'm-
weapon.
I'm close.
Okay. Do you want a melee weapon?
I mean, sure.
Yeah, we
I
haven't
also
been
have a
over
ship.
to the combat screen, so I can't show you how ranges work, but melee
I'd
is
happily
useful.
destroy
It means you don't
things.
have to be right next to things.
I think it might be a good idea for that weapon then.
Yeah,
Because Shepard, you're going to be much.
Hey, underling, bring me that cool sword.
Underling will bring you the cool wood.
Underling's like, oh, damn it. Okay.
Yes. It's kind of important because this thing is going to start shifting underneath us next turn.
Yeah, everyone on the blood, are you planning to just sit there and wait for everyone to group up for planned Battle Pig?
I'd suggest getting...
That's a good question, because are we going to need a sword against the or should we start fighting the pig now?
You probably won't need it against the pig. The issue that I'm having is we're going to be short one person for turns.
Yeah, it's like 2 combat turns for 1 exploration, I think.
But on the flip side, if we wait here, the blood will move.
Yeah.
Wait, do
You
you
don't know what it's going to do.
Is it safe to wait inside a blood?
that's
Extremely
fine.
not. It's fine in terms of its blood, but what it turns into.
Yeah,
right
it
on.
also means you'll be standing there no matter what flips up. So if it's a club, you all immediately get hit with a trap. Or if it's
And
a
if it's
spade,
spade,
you automatically
That's,
enter a
that's
combat.
why I'm saying it's safer because it's a known danger rather than an unknown danger.
I guess that's true. I mean, I definitely would not enjoy the idea of me, sitting on top of this if it decides to flip a spade.
Yeah,
Spade is probably the worst thing that it can flip over.
we can survive 2
Definitely
turns. Only 1 person there.
Okay, so let's rush in and hit the pig in the face.
Alright,
Everybody floops the pig.
everyone except for the shepherd, who is going to be late.
The shepherd prepares to floop the pig.
I should go south so I don't deal with the...
Blood? Yeah, that sounds smart.
attack
The
the
underling
blood
will also
and-
travel with you. Alright, and now I take you all to the combat screen. Perfect.
Interesting.
Alright, Shepherd of the Broken Misa is in the not here zone.
My favorite zone!
I like that.
I'm glad you kept.
I
It's
mean,
really
it's,
good.
It'll be the final edition, don't worry folks.
I
Alright.
feel like I've heard philosophers talk about that. Oh yes, non-corporeal concepts reside not here.
So, the big green bubble around your character is melee range. If something
Big
is
pig.
inside of that, you are within melee. If you are touching, you're at close range. That's it. If you're
Touch
outside
the
of that
pig.
bubble, you're at sight range.
Don't touch me with that pig, bud.
And if you're in the not here zone,
Fine, I'll rotate the pig.
I think you're actually at distance range because you're in the next room.
Ah, the pig's upside down.
The
I
pig
tricked
is
it.
upside down. And also, it splits in half as its face
good.
opens vertically.
There you go.
Great.
It is full of teeth, too many teeth, all on the inside, and its
Why?
mouth goes
Well-
from its snout to its hind legs.
Arguably, all the teeth being on the inside is the only settling part.
Y'all know the gaping dragon? Imagine that but sideways. And a pig.
And the pig.
And a pig.
Yeah.
And-
Let's turn the split pig into a stuck pig.
So the split pig is going to declare Mido as its target, just because Mido's closest.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Alright,
okay.
and all of you only have one choice. You're targeting the pig to start.
What's the split pig's range?
The split pig has a melee weapon.
A melee. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to taunt it.
Alright, it is now targeting you.
Hey, pig, you're not so big.
It is actually quite big. So as a solo enemy, the pig's HP and courage scale with how many of you there are. So it is actually quite big for 4 of you. Alright, Mido, what is your move action?
Mido is getting a drink.
Okay, Humblegrass, what is your move?
Mido's getting
So I'm currently
Sorry. Pretty interesting.
in sight range.
You are within sight range.
Hello, I'm back.
Alright, then I'm going to I will focus.
Alright.
That's good.
And
Sounds
Mido,
good.
what are you gonna do for your move?
I think I'm gonna charge.
Alright. So first you close in.
Yeah,
So
first
now
I
you're
close
melee
in. And that gives me a mi-
Yep. But then for your attack action, I'm assuming you're picking charge in,
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
because that will put you in close range. The pig is also charging in at its new target, Yao.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Very good at being annoying.
We're in a cluster.
We are now in a cluster. So this is going to be a beatdown between the 3 of you, and Humblegrouse gets an ambush attack because the pig can't attack back. You're
Awesome.
too far away.
What's Humblegrouse's ranged weapon? I assume it's disgusting.
So I have just things that I like to throw at my enemies.
That's
In
good.
this case, because it seems the pig has shown that they're quite hungry, so I'm going to reach into my bag and take one of the special gifts that I get from the baker every day, which is a wrong tart. The tart that just came out wrong. It's disgusting.
I have a question. Is this a baker who hates you and is trying to kill you?
No, the baker is the one person in town who doesn't hate me.
Oh, okay. Are they your... That's pretty good.
They are my contact.
Alright.
Good.
I'll be right back.
Because
but yeah, we're
I
just doing this
play
shit
pranks on
deep.
everyone in town except the baker because I like bread.
Alright, roll a 3d6 to determine how much courage damage is dealt by this incorrect tart.
That's
Oh,
a straight.
shit.
Alright, you got a
that
straight, a
would
3,
be-
4, 5.
Yeah.
That's really dang good.
So that's worth 7 plus 1 from focus.
Yeah, so that is, you just dealt 8 courage. So the split
Goodness.
pig's weak point is that it isn't very brave. It actually only
Oh
had
my
8
God.
courage. It's going to flee after this turn. It's still going to fight for this one round, but after that it's going to start running away.
It's time for this pig to start running. Meanwhile, us jokers don't have wonderful wrong tarts and cannot therefore fight with bread and bread alone. Are going to have to fight with fists.
Alright, so now Yao, Mido, and the split pig are in a big
Damn.
down.
You know what? I doubted it, but those truly are the wrong target.
Okay, I'm going to roll for my part, and that is a miss.
Alright,
So this is
I
the
rolled a
typical
point of
luck.
2. However, the split pig has a passive ability that it gets plus X points when charging in, where X is the number of players, so it actually has a point of 6.
Ooh, great. So I definitely need to re-roll in order to be reasonably safe. That does put me in danger. And I have no idea what either Mido, well, yeah, either Mido or the Hunter are currently at.
What I'm at?
That's double.
That's a point.
Yeah, you gotta roll your dice. Should I roll for X? Because you don't have the...
Yeah, somebody please roll for me.
I just realized that you don't have that. Alright, you
Oh,
also
that's
rolled
a
a
miss,
miss.
yeah.
Would you like to reroll or take a point of 0? You are actually safe to take a point of 0 right now because it's not gonna...
You're not targeting.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay safe.
Alright.
Okay, let me see what I actually rolled because I need to remind myself the
You rolled a
odd
5.
is. So I did roll a 5. I actually.
Mhm.
That's not great in this instance, but it's okay.
I mean, yeah. It reduced the damage you took.
It actually doesn't.
It doesn't. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. You changed.
Winner takes all. So the split pig, with its roll of 6, means that it's going to deal a 6-point hit to Riley, or to, not to Riley, Riley's not here, to Yao, to Ash.
Yep. So Ash is going to go ahead. The thing is, it's a 6-point hit, and I'm in danger because I did the roll.
Oof.
But on the other hand, I do have armor.
Yes.
Oh.
It's
The
going
fact
to
that the
crunch your
knight-
armor real good with its many, many teeth.
Yeah. The knight has armor to begin with, number 1, so I automatically block 1 hit per round, and I do.
Yes.
Phew.
And then I also have on my track solid armor. I have 2 hits of it.
Mhm.
It is blocked and I take no consequence. So I'm just going to mark one of those and that'll be that.
Yeah,
Oh.
that'll
So
block
I-
the 2 hits it would have done. But
I know a
now...
lot, repeatedly tried to hit it in both halves of its snout and completely managed to not do anything effective.
Yeah. As this terrible thing starts munching down on you, it also starts munching down on the wrong tart. And you can kind of see its face from the side where you are, Mido. And it does not look happy. It immediately
yeah, it's
starts backing
wrong.
up. It's going to spend its move backing off.
Oh, then my thing activates.
Yeah, if
When a
you'd like,
target
you can
moves
close
away,
it.
I can close in for free.
So you
which
can
I
stay at
certainly
close
wanna
range
do.
with it while it tries to run away.
Yeah, absolutely. I follow it because, I'm that bitch. Once again.
Alright. Yeah, what are you doing for your move?
It's basically just going to keep running away, right?
Yes.
But we want to make sure it doesn't. We want to just get rid of it, right? So I can move
if
in
you want to
closer.
kill it, you can. However, the Humble Grouse, the Trickster ability, means that enemies that run away never come back.
Yes, it will not trouble us more if we simply leave it be.
Okay, so do we want to leave it be, or does someone have an that requires, like, destroying this thing in order to...
No, not really.
I mean, I technically do, but
But you're also not there.
You're also
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
present. Okay, so we can technically just let this run the way.
Remember 5 minutes ago when we were worried about this combat? We were like,
did
oh,
not
I don't
count on the
know.
wrong-
Alright,
Are we
it
gonna
sounds
be
like
able
the
to last
discussion is
2
we're going to let the pig
rounds?
turn tail and flee, so I am going to delete the pig.
Are
and
we going to
take
be
us
able to
back
last
the
2 whole
inspiration.
rounds?
Okay.
Perhaps a better question is, are we going to have an encounter that lasts 2 rounds? Because our
Apparently not.
so far has been pretty...
Well, it had a weak point, and you brought the weak point, so...
yeah, the
Yeah,
wrong
that's
cards.
one step closer to my goal of reduce 4 enemies to 0 courage.
Nice.
I have not fired a single shot yet.
Meanwhile, I have gone halfway to my goal, which for the night is to, shoot. That would have required blocking 4 more hits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are halfway there, now you just gotta...
Yeah, that's why I'm not saying anything about mine. Keep pushing the same dude.
Alright.
It's literally like, hey, what's up? Chest bumping.
The blood's gonna move soon, so...
The blood's gonna eat that card.
Hooray.
Oh boy.
Chomp. Let us see what the blood reveals.
Another fight, looks like.
No.
It is
Unless it's
more
just sitting.
blood. The blood has doubled.
Is that 3 of spades just sitting down there?
Oh, yeah, I discarded that to
Oh, I see.
do a thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know where the discard button is.
I
That's
have
a great
discarded
question.
it. When you discard a card, it's supposed to go on the same space you used it. So that was
Oh,
for
okay.
removing
Then
the barrier.
it goes there.
So if the blood eats it, the cards you spent to remove that barrier also get shuffled back in.
Oh.
Okay, it looks like we kind of should destroy some blood, but also this blood replaced itself with more blood, and it still left an artifact behind, right?
There is still an artifact there in a perfectly safe blood room.
Yay!
Okay, so should we all go together?
Oop.
Start smashing stuff next turn with a sword?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can head up and take care of that blood, and I'll head up and blood.
Oh, do we get
Or whatever.
treasures from the
What's on the rest
combat?
of
Yes, you get 2 small treasures from defeating the
it?
pig.
Oh, hooray.
Okay, who's carrying them?
Me.
Okay.
Have enough carry?
Yes.
Oh, dear.
The sneak has a capacity of 10 because they have a treasure bag.
Also, I have just fulfilled my exploration goal, which is have 7 treasure in my inventory.
Hooray!
Nice. Well done.
Speedrun.
We run the game.
In order for me to successfully get the chef's goal going, y'all need to start taking damage.
No thanks.
Alright, let's
Yeah.
get in some fights then.
You picked another role that actively prevents us from reaching that role.
I
I
might
mean,
have
the
to
knight.
reconsider how the chef works, or actually, I just might have to make monsters more dangerous, I think.
Ooh, here's a pitch. Rather than, well, maybe like another use for food, or maybe like another. The chef has something where they can give you food for some small benefit, even if you're
Yeah.
at full health or
I
something.
think like
just to give
temporary
them,
buffs, Monster Hunter style, would probably be smart.
yeah, just to give them a better chance at act.
I was thinking like give you temporary hit points, so you have damage boxes that do nothing.
Yeah, that would be good. That would just be like add this to your health track and then delete it as soon as it's damaged.
Yeah.
Well fed.
Yeah.
Well, well fed is literally the explorer's goal, so you'd have to call it something.
Yeah, but
I'll figure it out. I'll do something with it, because
yeah, no worries.
recovery has been less important than envisioned so far, which is fine.
I think
but
Well,
Yeah.
then again, you can't judge that on one.
that's also
Yeah.
true. However,
We've
we've
also
had
been
2 so far.
overwhelmingly cautious, I feel.
We've also been very cautious, which is the encouraged way.
as soon as we stop doing that, it'll bite us in the ass. Don't
So,
worry.
I
I'm
think-
gonna go west to meet up with my underling and get this cool sword.
Congratulations on your
I thought
cool
you already-
sword. Add
Thank
the
you,
soul
it's very
cutter to your
cool.
inventory.
Oh, the soul cutter.
Nice.
What does I know holy? What does the shadow tag do?
Shadow means
Courage.
it hits courage instead of damage.
Oh,
this
that's
also
right,
would have
okay.
murdered the pig.
That's pretty great.
Alright.
Yeah, it also gets a point bonus against pigs, so
Can I imagine it as like a sword that kind of fits?
I have posted its entire description with bad line breaks in the chat,
Oh yeah,
in
no
the
worries.
Discord chat.
oh, against things, replace its shadow tag with the crushing tag.
Oh,
It's
that's
even more
cool.
deadly against things.
That's fucking cool.
So it would deal damage.
And courage. Alright. So that's where we are.
Thanks for the cool sword, Marrow Master.
Your-
I feel like we haven't given enough mention to the fact that you called the Marrow Master.
So are you going west to join up with it, or are you having
Yes.
the underling go join up with it?
I'm heading west.
Alright.
Okay.
And
I might also send underling back some treasure. I'm not sure yet.
I hope you all got this covered because I'm going to use a ward on this. And this fulfills my explorer role, using 3 wards in a single dungeon.
You did it.
There you go.
The worry point I have is blood is probably going to move before you.
Well, the thing is, if I had gone, the underling would have been following behind me anyway, so that would have been the case anyway.
Alright, so what's the Hunter and Scholar doing?
So I guess we'll see where it spreads. Hunter and Scholar, good question. Can I see their cards?
Hunter Scholar.
Yeah, unsurprisingly. Well, actually, Hunter has a 10. That might be good. Oh, well. It would have to move anyway, so...
You need 2 cards to get rid of the blood.
Oh, that's right. So...
So is Ash or Humble
I think
Grouse
Hunter and Scholar are actually going to go again and start exploring a little bit more.
We just need 2 cards combined, right? So we can just
Yes, if you break the berries together, you could both discard 1.
So I can drop my 6, and Humble Grouse can drop a card. We're done.
Yep.
Alright. So the blood here was in the process of forming some kind of blacksmith's forge when you destroyed it. Beneath the rubble of what was half-formed, you find a boomstick.
Nice.
Just straight up.
Boomstick.
Boomstick.
This is a shotgun where all the pellets individually explode.
Great.
Beautiful.
It has only 2 shots.
Yeah.
It has 2 shots, and I believe it's best used at very close range, correct?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm wondering which of us should carry it.
I mean, I already got 1 cool weapon, probably not me. Maybe, gunner, it is a gun, but it would also be close range would be nice.
Well,
This time it
see,
might be
a
having
nice panic
multiple
button.
range options is good.
Yeah, it might be a nice panic button. Ranger.
It
Or
is technically-
gunner, rather.
It is technically melee psych.
Yeah,
Actually-
melee is its range to represent that you had to be close to stuff to shoot it.
I know, I'm saying it would be for gunner because their normal tags are not close.
Yes.
They also don't get explosive as a tag.
Yeah.
Explosive is nice if you have multiple enemies.
Yeah.
So, the priest is typically the one who gets the shotgun in zombie movies.
Anyhow, I guess I'll hold on to it. Yes.
Alright.
Unless you
Grasping
want
your
something
cool
that is. Unless you want something that just deals damage instead of,
It's a little loud for my tastes.
That makes sense. Tarts are not very loud.
Although I look forward to seeing it used.
Humble Grouse and Forest are picking that up and destroying that. What is everyone else doing at their expedition this turn?
Is this the same turn that
This is
Nito
the same
moved?
turn they're destroying the blood. This is the turn after you just got the soul cutter.
Okay, then... Yeah. Well, I sent Hunter and Scholar out west, then, or east rather than. So I think everybody on my team, I guess, is heading this turn.
Let's
Alright.
find that choker.
Everyone east? And then Shepard, what are you doing? Are you also going east so you can get that gun from Ash?
I'm going east.
Okay. Do you want this lovely gun?
I do appreciate a ranged weapon, even if it isn't technically ranged. Ranged in theory.
It's ranged enough.
It's ranged in spirit.
It has a range, the range is just 0.
You have found a trap room.
Uh-oh.
It's a dead end.
Bum bum bum.
I think Hunter's in that group, right?
Yeah, Hunter's in that group, so...
You can retreat.
Either retreat or reroll. Hunter's last card is kinda good, though. It might be useful for replacing something. And Scholar's last card is not as good,
Yeah,
so I might risk a reroll.
I do Scholar first, then you
Yeah.
can use Hunter if need be.
I'm gonna risk a reroll, and if this uses Scholar's last card, then they'll probably just go home with some treasure.
I'm expecting blood.
It is blood now.
Expect the blood. Yeah, there you go. And I'm like right there with my cool sword.
And it's the same face card.
Yeah, King of Blood.
King of
King
blood.
of blood. King of blood.
Blood. King of blood.
Alright. New turn.
Okay. I guess we are going. Does it make sense to just go to the east
Mm-hmm.
as our group of 3 here?
Yeah. Here's my question: should I go destroy the blood next turn, or should I? We're still in pretty good condition.
I think we have a fair option. Like, we only have a 1 in 4 chance of it.
Yeah. And even then, we have the tarts at our disposal, so I mean...
I guess, but... the thing that comes from a spade from blood is much scarier than a pig.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I read that part, yeah.
So yeah, I think it's fair to let it... If you want to let it go. And,
Yeah.
And we just...
I think we'll let it go. If this is the time our luck finally turns, we'll see, but sure.
And you know what? If that happens, it's gonna stay there, I think.
Yeah, so I think this time my whole team's gonna head...
Okay, so we're recombining to the
Or actually, hang on, sorry.
to here.
I think Scholar is actually going to go east and start preparing to head back to town since they're out of cards anyway.
Oh, you mean west?
West.
Yeah, sorry.
Alright. Do you want to load them up with stuff first while they're passing by you?
Yeah, I'm just looking through my inventory right now. I don't actually have any small treasures on me as me, so...
Do you have
I
any
can
of the
throw some
underling?
to them.
Yeah, the Hunter had 1, the Scholar already had 2, so now they have 3. Their capacity's only 3, so they're good.
Okay.
So they're gonna head back. They didn't get damaged, good for them. They can't really do anything else anyway.
I like the compass. That's a good idea.
I'm sorry, I'm an idiot.
You're doing great.
Yeast! Alright, so everyone else, it sounds like, is meeting the hunter in this new room. Humble Grouse, are you also going with them, or would you like to continue being sneaky?
Being,
Well,
a
first,
mystery
hey,
hunter.
Ash, before you go, thanks for helping me with that blood. And I toss a ruby over.
Not a problem. Ah, thank you. This will come in handy for our group.
Looks tasty. Can I have it?
I'll cook this.
So that means I am now at 4
And I'm gonna head north.
treasures. And you got more room. This place seems loaded.
More blood.
Oh my
We
goodness.
found all the
Oh my
blood.
goodness.
It's a 10 blood.
You
Should
guys
we
found a
start
dead end.
Oh.
I could defeat this blood and turn it into a dead end.
Let me check what I've got. I have the option dead end and something less dangerous, like a barrier.
That might be possible. I've got 2 wards left, so... I'll
Oh
try
yeah,
and do
your
a
wards
barrier.
can keep you safe from that trap pretty easy.
Oh, do we want to do it that way? And
That does let
Oh.
you just get a large
Good
treasure.
large
There is a
treasure.
large treasure in trap rooms.
Okay, well...
okay.
So what kind of trap is it?
I think this one
That's what
is a small statue, and by small I mean it's like 3 feet tall. A small statue of a king with like 10 swords going through his shoulders and his chest, with real blood leaking out.
Lovely.
Oh, I just pulled the swords out.
Oh, that looks uncomfortable.
You now have the stabbed king statue. It is a large treasure worth like 5 coins or something.
Yeehaw. Who likes carrying things?
I'll take it.
Okay, that's probably good, because I don't think I have a good carrying capacity.
Heavy things actually don't have a weight to them. You can only have one.
Oh, yeah, you definitely need to take it, because I forgot the painting that.
Underling
You're already
also
carrying the
has...
heavy painting.
Yeah. Underling could also take it, but yeah.
Yeah, Hunter
Oh.
could take it.
Underling.
Underling.
Or Underling.
That's fair.
Underling, because they're not going to be in battle.
Okay, I'll wait until Underling is here and then pass it over.
Yes.
Or however the heck we're doing
Yeah,
this.
So Humble Grouse, are you going to change that blood room or just let it be?
How does the group feel about an additional blood room floating around?
I think we're getting saturated on blood red.
We should maybe only
I'm
have
going
one blood at a time. Yeah.
turn it into a dead end.
It is now a dead end. You find a large treasure.
Hey.
Because you can't get hit by traps.
What treasure do I find, Melo Master?
You just like rip the trap out of the wall, and you're like, oh,
No, it's still there.
Yeah, you
there.
don't disable it.
I don't know how to turn it off.
It'll still hit somebody if they go to this dead end.
you just like, okay, maybe the trap is like a fucking beautiful bust of Medusa or something that turns everybody to stone, and all this beautiful jeweled eyes, and you're just like, oh, cool,
You just steal
Snakeheads.
cool, a bag of gems.
Well, it's a large treasure, so I think actually you leave the gems that were turning everyone to stone and you just take the statue.
Perfect. Yeah, that's,
Okay.
you know what? That makes a lot more sense. Yeah.
Oh god, that's gonna be
You have a bust of a Medusa head.
Beautiful.
Meanwhile, I guess I'm carrying a staff.
We're carrying a lot of heavy things, but you know, that's the way it be in the marrow.
Mm-hmm. So, at the beginning of the next turn, the trap would trigger. You can spend a ward to make it so the trap does nothing instead of killing you all.
Yeah.
that's what I did anyway, so
There you go.
I mean, this is when you'd spend it. You don't spend it when you flip it up, or when
Oh,
you
okay.
heal it. You spend it when the trap triggers, which is now.
Oh,
So-
okay.
Okay. And it's the start of the turn. I guess we should all reconvene on Humbleground.
Mhm.
I was gonna go to the blood. I guess
Oh.
we're leaving that.
Yeah,
Well,
I think we're letting the blood spread.
Scholar is definitely going back. Probably just staying
The
there.
blood is going to spread at the end of this turn, so whatever you're doing, Mido. If you want to disable it at the end of this turn, then just staying where you are is a safe bet.
Actually, you know what? Rather than Scholar going back now, maybe take one of the heavy things instead.
Do you have a heavy thing with you in that space?
I do not, of course I don't.
I can throw it to them.
Yeah. So somebody throw the Scholar a statue.
Hey, catch! I throw them a giant Medusa head statue.
Oh, you got
Your
one
terrible
too.
frog nerd is now carrying a Medusa. And almost, they're only a little squished.
Humblegrouse, was that bleeding when you got it?
I don't remember.
Yeah. I mean, what in here isn't bleeding?
There's
Fair.
blood everywhere.
It's quite disgusting.
Alright, I am removing the Medusa head from my sheet.
Alright.
So,
So,
I'm guessing
Mido, are you just gonna hang out there then? Are you gonna regroup with
No,
everyone?
I think, yeah, Mido regroup with everybody. Or
Okay.
Mido and Underling ran. And
Okay. And Hunter's also going.
Hunter also has to, since it's a dead end, yeah.
Yeah. Alright.
Hey, everybody. So, how's it going?
Hello.
that's good.
Scholar's like,
I get to eat
stubbed-
about
stubbed
40
my
cards
toe.
now.
I stubbed my toe. I'm gonna go.
So I guess we're gonna just pass this big ol' heavy thing over.
Yeah, Scholar's gonna take 2 small treasures and a fucking Medusa statue with absolutely no gemstones in it.
Okay. And Underling, I think, is the one who's taking the big statue.
Yeah, they can do that totally.
Hey guys!
Yeah.
Blood is
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Blood.
It is. It's in the same fucking. Thanks, Blood. Odd.
Now let's go down, smash
Okay,
the
we
blood.
get it. You want us to wrap it up? We get it.
Let's go smash the blood with that wooden sword we
Yeah.
got and then go beat up the together.
Yeah, I should have just stayed there. Oh well. I guess we'll all just maybe. Well, Humble Grouse can't ambush since that's a dead end. Whatever. Yeah, I guess we all just go south and go nip blood.
Alright, you all head south.
Didn't take any fucking damage before reaching the boss. You
First
know,
things.
next time we play this, we're gonna get murdered.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah, I am going to be upping the difficulty on monsters and maybe
Yeah.
something to make them appear more often.
So we go
Yeah.
down
I like the
and
Explorer
smash
game,
the
but it
blood.
seems a little too easy to make things to get
Yeah.
around problems. Because you
Yeah,
still
let's
have like
go.
8 cards left between the all y'all.
Yeah, it
Let's
feels
go
like
with-
everybody has a lot of options.
Maybe
this time around we didn't have the muscle to break them.
you also
That's
didn't have the
true.
muscle. That's true.
The muscle would make things even more ridiculous.
A thing I was
So-
considering actually putting into this draft, but ended up not doing, is making it so that way avoiding trouble and trying again costs a second card. So you discard 2 cards to do those things. Anyway, do we all want to just jump on the Joker and start the boss fight? Everyone rearrange
Oh.
yourself as you like.
Real quick, since underling can't participate in battle anyway, they're like a
We're
bad
gonna
liver.
go? Yeah, it sounds good.
Yeah. They're gonna trade the pickaxe for the king statue and head out, yeah.
Alright, sounds
Yeah,
good.
I'm gonna head out, guys. I gotta,
So,
Low
the
blood-
Scholar
low blood
and
sugar.
the Underling are heading home with some of your heavy stuff.
yeah.
I'd offer you some of these candy coins, but it turns out they don't have anything. So,
Now I gotta find
Beautiful.
an appropriate mini, which I probably should have prepared in advance, but I didn't. Instead, I prepared minis for basic enemies we didn't fight. Because I'm good at this.
No, we're good at this
That'll do
Oops.
nicely.
speed rate. Oh yeah, there you go.
You drew this. This
I
is the
drew
Bloody
that.
Queen. I mean,
Just
it's not made
recolor-
for the Bloody Queen, but it's the Bloody Queen now.
Just recolor that from white to red, and that's basically it, as well as being kind of a chest. So that's nice.
I think I can actually do that real quick in roll.
Oh yeah, you can tint it.
Ah,
That's actually, That's actually a good idea. Just like making, so you can tint it whatever color you want.
There we go.
Right.
And I also hit C so you guys can see the name that I put on her, because for some reason that's not default. So, the Bloody Queen is here.
Dun dun dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Alright. So she is a tall woman with no face. And it looks like her skin is made of, like, marble. Just pure white stone. She has lips, bloody red lips. And then from where a nose would start, instead, her face splits open in several pointy spikes like a crown.
Oh, good.
now let's see what's up my teeth.
You know, like a queen. Oh, there's that when she like. It's gonna be.
possibly large amounts to the point where you wonder, how does that space even work?
And once you start wondering that, the teeth start growing in your head too.
Oh god, bring back the hoofbeats for the fellowship.
The teeth.
Anyway, I
Her
should
slender
move.
arms are wielding a massive executioner's axe that is
Yeah.
taller than any of you.
Don't get hit by that.
Yeah, it'll hurt. I trust you. Trust me. It will hurt. Sometimes I remember how words work. Everything below her shoulders is just a dress made of blood, the same blood you've been clearing all day.
Hey,
Nice.
It's just lifting her and carrying her around the dungeon. And reshaping the terrain around you as she moves. So that's fun.
Okay, so that means in order for us to solve this problem, I just have to punch the blood until it stops.
Yeah, that seems like a
Yeah.
smart thing. Her body is actually suspended in the air way above you. You actually have to punch the blood if you want her to get down here where you can reach her.
I'm moving into range of the blood.
Alright.
I assume this is moving into range.
She is
We
going to
got it.
spend her move defending.
we got a Kefka column boss.
Alright.
Alright, well, This is the hardest decision for me. I use my unique action or regular? Actually, I want to start off with the regular attack, because I got
Alright.
my exorcist. Well, leftover abilities from exorcist.
Want to add some holy fire to this, to your attack?
Oh yeah.
Alright. Maida, what are you doing for your move?
I would love to charge in with the soul cutter drawn.
Sounds good.
Closing in first and then charging in next.
Yes, absolutely.
Although you're in melee, so you might not.
Yeah, whatever. I think I just need to like close in and then I can just attack
Then you
normally.
can just do a
without
regular
any-
beatdown, yeah.
Yeah. I don't need to get into close since I have a melee weapon now.
Yao, you are the queen's target.
Oh, I don't need to taunt them.
Yeah, there you go. I'm just like, what is that? Wood? That's the opposite of blood. I hate.
I'm trying
What
to
is
think.
very unlike blood?
It doesn't look like I
He's
really
going
have
to
any.
do just a basic beatdown against you, Yao.
Okay, it doesn't look like I have any special actions that are available that are useful. She's already doing the thing I wanted.
Hooray.
We'll see how long you still want her to keep doing that.
It is my job to keep other people from having.
I will focus as my move.
Alright. And now we're on to the attack phase. Oh yeah, the hunter's here too. Are they just gonna shoot arrows?
Yes, absolutely. The bow, probably don't need to be reminded of this, but for the people at home,
It's just
Like
sight
the
range,
other-
no other tags.
initially, like the other minions, the hunter can't participate in battles, but one of the advancements for the boss, or advancement is the fellowship term, I guess, sorry, but basically gives them a bow and allows them to kind of help with battles, but they still only have one hit point, so, they do
Yeah.
their best.
If anything sneezes on them, they're done.
Yeah. So they're gonna stay way the fuck back.
Alright.
Just gonna plink some arrows.
Okay, so I should roll.
I am going to roll.
Hell yeah.
I got a miss.
Hit me with a roll, please, if you don't.
Okay, it's gonna be for.
This roll is for Ix then.
Okay.
Ix
Thank
also
you.
got a miss. We're doing good.
Oh, bummer.
The queen is going to re-roll for danger, so I'm rolling. Rolling again. She got a total miss. That's off to a great start.
Oof.
Cool, so I am also going. And I just got a point of 1.
So,
Ouch.
so a total miss means that the queen has a point of 0.
Hey!
She's actually already beating you, Yao.
Oh,
The
Wait,
queen
what?
has a +2 point against her target, and only
God,
her
of course
target.
she does. Well, in that case, I was already thinking.
She has 0
With
point against
danger.
you, Mido. So,
Yeah.
I assume you're re-rolling for danger?
Yes, please.
Alright, re-roll. Re-roll.
Oh,
You got
there
a
you
triple.
go.
Got a triple, nice.
That gives you a bonus and a point of 8.
All right, beautiful. And I'm using the soul.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, you said the Bloody Queen has a point of 2 against me right now?
Yes.
Okay. That's below my dodge of 2, right?
Oh,
Or
Yes,
or
you will
does 2
dodge
hit?
the attack, but you're also not hitting her because she still beat you.
Okay. I'm willing to deal with that.
Now Mido win the beat
Yeah,
I
Mido is
missed.
winning the beatdown significantly.
With my ambush.
on Mido.
You rolled
Yes, but-
nothing.
Yep.
But
Well,
So it went wide.
Like, I'm pretty sure that if I did
You,
cut
you
that...
saw that tartan. Daddy.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure that if I ended up deciding, no, you only get half point against me by taking the bonus exchange danger, which is a thing I can do. It would actually not help me because yes, I'd still dodge, but I'm attacking with a point of 1.
yeah,
That one hit.
it won't hit her anyway because her dodge is currently 2, unless Ix's bonus removed that.
Let me check my thing. I don't think I have.
Your unique bonus for the brawler is to give your target -2 dodge this turn.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry.
If
Oh,
you
that's
want to do
good,
that,
'cause-
otherwise you can do something else.
What are the other bonuses available? Sorry.
You can
that
use
I-
any moves. You could focus for +1 point, or defend for +1 dodge.
Yeah, I think cornered prey is going to be good for everybody else.
Alright,
Well,
her dodge is
let's
now
see.
0 this turn. Any amount of point will hit her.
Okay.
Okay, in that
Okay,
case, I
good.
will put myself in danger in order to
To deal 1 point of damage.
deal a single point of damage. So something this turn.
Well, maybe I should save that.
Oh no, because I got a hit too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A bonus is a thing that you can
Yeah.
do whenever.
Riley also rolled a hit point of 1, so that will also make Riley.
However, I have holy as well because I activated that.
Oh, that's true. So you're dealing 3.
Actually, just and fire sets it on fire.
Do you have an ordinary point?
What do you mean?
So you can
Riley
put
rolled a
yourself
1
in
baseline.
danger.
You could go
in order to
danger
get yourself a bonus.
also.
Oh yeah, I can do that, so I can do the bonus action, which automatically just does 5 damage.
Alright. And you added holy and fire to that attack? So the queen is on
Yep.
fire now? Am I reading
Yep.
that right?
Yeehaw.
Oh boy, what happens when the queen is on fire?
Cannot
She's
heal.
going to take 2 damage at the end of every turn is what's going to happen.
Oh, okay, she has nothing special. That's a good thing.
And it's going to shut off her regeneration. It's a bad thing for me. It's very good for
Like,
you.
like half of us are in danger.
Well, both the holy and the
Alright.
So
Now I
this
gotta
turn-
total how much all y'all just did. Okay.
Yeah.
Medibot missed, so I can ignore the fact that Medibot did no damage.
Hooray!
Hunter...
Crunch.
I didn't roll for the Hunter.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Hunter did pretty good.
6.
Holy
Still
crap.
doing
Okay,
6
Hunter.
damage.
Okay, Hunter.
Good job, good shot. Yao is doing 1 damage,
1 whole damage.
Hey.
so we're total 7.
I'm not very good at dealing damage by punching blood. It's splashing everywhere.
Yeah.
Mido just did 10 damage,
Thank you.
and Shepard did 3 damage plus 5. 8
Which will
plus
elevate.
10 plus 7 is 25 damage.
This time I'm
Alright, I need to
by the way,
increase HP numbers.
the big shit of fuck mountain. Well, it's time for people to start
Yeah,
howling
it's-
here. It's 8 o'clock. Time for people to howl.
it's 8 o'clock in Denver, yeah.
Alright.
Excuse me, I'm gonna go shut the fuck up once more out there.
Okay. New round. The queen moves first. She's going to use her
Uh-oh.
unique defense, Deadly Dance. Her movement ignores normal rules. Whenever I close in with her, she just teleports to where she wants to be on the map.
Hmm.
So hey, Shepard,
Does
be
that
humble
ignore?
drop. She's close to both of you now. She's
Oh.
touching you.
Does that ignore my ability to move?
It does.
Not. Okay,
Punching
that's what I thought.
me.
Now you
Sit
may
there.
all decide your move actions. Now that the queen is currently swarming the 2 ranged characters.
Is she within sight of me?
She is still within sight of you, yes.
Okay, that means that I can close in and taunt.
Alright.
I'm gonna back out. So that puts me at melee range, I believe.
It does.
I too am backing off into melee range.
Does anything happen from me and Yao being in danger, and also the bloody queen?
Oh, being in danger means that if you got hit, you would take extra damage.
Oh, if I got hit, okay.
Oh,
Yeah,
speaking
if
of,
you got hit is the important part.
Bloody Queen was in danger, so she's taken the highest point that.
Oh god, she got hit again, you're right.
Oh my god,
So she took another 10.
Alright, well she's pretty close to down already. Numbers are high in this game, higher than I thought.
Cool encounter,
I mean,
nerd.
we also rolled really good that turn.
You did roll a
Shoves you in-
triple on a holy weapon.
It just shoves you
Which,
in
by the
your
way,
encounter
spend a
map.
use of that thing. It should be at like 5 uses or something now.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
it's at 5 uses now because
Way
we smashed blood twice.
Yes.
not with it, using it, did we?
One
Uses
of
it
them
is a
wasn't
use.
it?
When you attack with
Each
it,
time
to
you attack
destroy
with it,
blood,
you spend.
I realized that, but I thought I only spent 1 blood with it.
Also, did we?
Yeah, because I think I took out all
Because
this.
I'm
That
pretty
might
sure
be true. Okay, that's 6 uses left.
it was.
Okay, it's got 6 uses.
It might not have even. No, I did smash at least 1 blood.
You
Whatever.
smashed one.
Whatever.
I'll
So
go
six
to-
I doubt you'll
remain-
spend all 8.
Yeah,
Probably not, considering.
especially not at this.
Yeah, it's worth noting for anyone else. Like, look at the dice, think about the statistics. This is not that likely. Getting a triple on that is extremely good for us.
It could have gone the other way. I could have gotten the triple on my roll.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
I am
knows?
rolling for both me and Ix.
You could
I've
get
seen
the
that happen
triple.
before.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Okay, so I'm in close. Action is going to be the taunt, which forces the Bloody
Alright.
Queen to retarget.
Attacking Yao again. Let up. she got a point of 6. Hooray, that's much better.
Great. And I have to roll to see what happens. And I got a point of 2.
Yeah, you're not beating her.
No,
Bummer.
Oh dear.
I will actually get hit this.
Alright, what's
Me?
everyone else doing with their turn?
Well, let's see if I can reduce her dodge again. I would like to repeat my previous action of charging in and then swinging with the soul cutter. Because, I mean, why fix what ain't broke? You use it to break until they can't be fixed.
Well, I can roll, but that's a -1 to
Yeah.
my point because I
Get out of here.
You're in melee range.
Unless
Yep.
you want to use
But-
a shotgun.
Got the shotgun.
I thought that was
Ooh.
close range.
It's melee.
It's
It's
Melee.
melee.
Okay,
It's melee and also sight, but it does best at melee.
melee. Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
there you
explosive
go.
4.
And it's mighty, which will knock her away.
Beautiful.
Okay, well,
About the only disadvantages, it is loud, and we'll get to see what that does.
yep. Here comes the boomstick.
Oh.
I rolled a miss.
Let's roll again.
Hang on. Second barrel.
Second barrel.
Second barrel.
It's a hit.
Yeah.
That's a point of 4.
We'll take it.
And
That does
No, I
not beat
don't
her
think-
point of 6.
Dang it.
So she's going to deflect it. However, it was a loud one.
Oh,
It
God.
made a big explosive noise.
I recognize that enemy.
Yeah, they're
looks
from a
familiar.
thing.
Yay. That's a good game also.
Hey, what's the little thing?
I love that.
Off by Mortis Ghost. TM. I think they're working on the next game, which is exciting anyway.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. That
Um,
sounds fun.
Yeah, I don't think I've rolled my...
You have not, because I have been busy setting up the new minions.
Yeah, no rush. No
Oh,
rush.
let me. You've got a point of 6 current. And
She has a point of
Um,
10 against you. Or a point
10
of 8
against-
against you, sorry. Only
Okay,
plus 2,
point
not
of
plus
8
1.
against me.
Point of 6 against
I'm
everyone
gonna-
else.
Yes, but the thing is, other people have points that could tie or beat that under certain circumstances. Hold on a second.
Also,
So I have the ability, if I willingly put myself in danger, which is probably a bad idea, but if I do that, then all points dealt to me this round are reduced by half. Oh, that's dealt to me. Never mind.
Yes.
That will not help in this case.
also, I just realized I forgot to choose my
You have to choose your what?
Whoops.
improvement for Gunner.
Oh. Yeah, you'll
Well,
probably
I
want
guess-
one of those.
I guess meanwhile, while you're setting them up.
Okay.
I could do something really bad right now. Just take can't miss.
I'm gonna
Which
roll
makes
for
me-
X. X, you got a miss.
Mm.
Would you like
Well-
to reroll?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the target anyway, so yeah, let's do it.
Alright, well, counterattacks are gonna happen.
Oh,
Alright, you
Oh,
got a
that's
straight.
straight.
1, 2, 3.
oh, hey,
Bonus.
That's a 5.
That is a 5,
okay. That was close.
which is still less than 6.
Yeah. But at least I didn't get a total miss.
Alright,
Hunter, what do you got?
Humble Grouse,
you
what are
got,
you doing
Hunter?
with your attack action?
Or can I get Hunter's roll real quick, just since
Yes.
we're just attacking? Oh,
Hunter.
damn.
Hunter!
It's amazing.
is going
Holy
to kill
shit,
me.
Hunter. Oh my god, Hunter.
Uh,
Problem. Let me solve that for you.
Oh my goodness.
Jesus god, that's the
That
best.
doesn't finish the entire combat, though.
Yeah, but it does pin the Bloody Queen's head to the wall 60 feet
Not-
away.
quite. We'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
She
Oh,
needs to
too
have her
hard.
chart.
We got a phase 2 of the fight.
Oh boy.
Still,
Well,
though,
I will
phase
run
1 was
away.
kinda... Well, first, let's have this beatdown resolved, because she is going to hit all of you before that arrow kills her. So, Humble Grouse, what are you doing with your attack action?
I run away.
Alright, that's reasonable. That is
Checks
smart.
out.
Everyone who did not run away, you're taking a 6-point hit, except for Yahoo's taking an 8-point hit.
Bummer.
Okay, well, that does the same thing to me.
Her attack is crushing, piercing, wicked. So this will also you have to mark both damage and courage.
Mm-hmm.
And you cannot use your solid armor against it, Yao.
Mm-hmm.
It's piercing.
Mm-hmm.
It's all of it, apparently.
It's everything. It's crushing, piercing, and wicked.
I mark escape and I back off me.
So wait, do I have to check like 6 of these boxes on both?
You mark no. You mark one of each.
Okay.
The point value determines whether or not it hits.
Okay.
Since the point is higher than your dodge, you must mark 1 damage box, and also 1 courage box.
So I just take one of each. Okay, so I'll mark one of the 2.
If you're in danger, you will actually mark 2 of each if you are in danger, because you're taking a second hit at the end of the turn. I don't remember who is in danger.
I'm not in danger.
You are not.
I'm in danger.
I am.
Mido was, yes. You're gonna mark 2 of those boxes from each track. And then the hunter is going to land an arrow that I guess obliterates the blood dress.
Okay, so I've marked 2 things that each had 2 bubbles, so I haven't taken a star yet.
Great news, I'm enraged.
Alright, you've been enraged.
Fuck all of you.
Welcome back to the exploration game, everybody. The queen's running the fuck away.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah.
Why?
I wonder why.
So, the queen has a phase 2. When you drop her to 0 HP, she explodes. Her blood dress explodes, specifically, and her body, the actual queen herself, escapes.
I'm imagining Mega Man Juno from Mega Man, like, basically just upper body floating away.
So she just left and moved to a different location. Cool.
Yes.
Bitch.
And now she's closer to the entrance.
She runs 3 spaces away, and because you just popped a bunch of blood all over your room, that Joker room you're in is going to change to a new card while you're in it.
Great.
Yeah, sure, makes sense. What about all those minions who...
It's just a regular blood room.
Okay, the blood room just obliterated the...
Yeah. It just obliterated whatever was there, and yeah, your scholar should already be on the Joker, as should your underling.
Blood for blood.
I'll just watch the Blood Queen go
Yeah,
wave.
Blood Queen just run by.
So now there's blood left behind, and I don't know, I'm kind of tempted to just chase down the Bloody Queen and not do anything with blood, but if I feel that it might be dangerous, because there's...
The last part of this, too, is if there were any enemies still on the map, they would move into those spaces between you and the queen.
But we already
but
flew
you
to the
cleared
pig.
the map. You killed the pig.
Yeah.
If you did not have the trickster and had let the pig run away, it would appear now to defend her, but
So yeah,
the trickster
I agree.
scared it away for good.
It's just gonna be fucking classic, like, reverse anime scene where the fucking big bad runs away from a crowd of heroes instead, as we all just head east or west, I guess.
So, do we do anything about the blood, or do
I'm fine with it. Like, we have 4 turns at least before I could possibly reach the exit.
I would like to not leave it here, in case that it sticking around somehow makes
I
it powerful.
I do have 1 ward I can stay behind and...
I can also just smack it.
Yeah. We have
We
many
have ways
methods.
to do it, but it will take another turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you...
Who's least vital? I'm gonna say me.
Oh. I was just gonna ward this while you 3...
Sure, that works too. Let's just do it.
Okay.
Here we go. Ward and the rest of us go west.
As I scoop the blood into my coat.
Yeah, for later.
Look. Just doing a few purification rituals will be fine. And then we baptize our new cult, initiates.
Blood.
In the cult.
And that's your last ward, right?
Yep, except I do have a resource
Yeah,
called.
you do have you do have the actual last ward. All right. So while you're running through the explore turn, the Bloody Queen is regenerating HP.
Well, is she?
Yeah, her regeneration returned, I suppose.
Yes.
Dang it. Oh.
Yeah, she's no longer on fire. Because that actually normally goes away when you leave the combat game, so...
Ah.
Hey, I just realized something. If you're okay sacking a turn, you want to sit here and eat for a second?
I don't know. Well,
You seem pretty mad. Maybe we can do something about that.
yeah, sure. I
You
mean,
got the hungers.
I could go for a Snickers.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and one food and one of my, because I have an improvement that I picked that is healthy meals. When you rest, you may mark your ingredients to remove one scar from someone. You may even remove your own scars this way. So you are no longer enraged, and pick something on your damage.
Cool, thank you. I'll just
Heal one bubble.
I'll just heal the same damage from rage.
Okay. And meanwhile, I am resting in this area. Does resting also calm?
Yes.
Okay, so also remove a mark from your courage track.
Resting heals you and calms you. By default, before we get to the part where the chef also calms when resting.
Yep. And that is going to allow me to remove the damage from the thing that I marked instead of my armor. Because that was a piercing attack, I don't have the mark from the solid armor. And I also have courage track back to full again, but I have used up one food and one.
So, if we just want to go through this, it sounds like it's taking 4 turns for you to travel the 3 spaces to all of you attack the Bloody Queen for round 2.
Sounds good.
Alright. And that means that in that time she has recovered 16 HP, which is probably not enough.
I'm sure we can eliminate that in one turn.
Alright. Well, she brought her 2 Elsons with her, and they're gonna be in front.
That's wise.
The smoking men.
So, these are an enemy type called Burnouts. They're the lackeys of the facade, the cogs that make the machine tick. They're pretty worthless, but they are made of fire and can explode, so have fun with that.
On the other hand, we have an explosive weapon.
You do have an explosive weapon. So the queen no longer has her blood dress, so you can see that from about the waist down, she just has 3 spider legs that she's standing on.
We are currently still looking at the
Oh yeah, I gotta change you back over. My bad. Forgot the banner. Thanks for letting me know. I mean, I didn't change the mini, but I don't have another one.
Okay, so now she's on just the...
She's on these little spider legs instead.
Oh good, now I can punch those.
Now you can punch her legs. Punch her legs off. Tear them off. Tear them apart. Do the thing. Alright. Battle begins. The minions, one's targeting Yao and is moving into close to melee range, and one is targeting Humble Grouse and moving into melee range.
Okay.
The queen is actually going to back off 1 space. So she is at distant range, and y'all are going to have trouble reaching her this turn.
Oh, am I?
Am I currently at a position to be able to hit, like, are both of these melee range to me?
Yes. They're also within melee range of each other.
Excellent. I'm just going to defend.
Okay.
I'm gonna move a distance towards the Bloody Queen.
So you're in
By the
sight
way,
range.
Yes.
Sounds
it's
good.
worth noting the improvement that I took for Knight comes into play here finally, because I took Phalanx. And with Phalanx, my dodge is increased by +2 instead of +1 when I defend, and any allies that are down also increase their dodge by +1.
Ooh.
Hooray! That's me.
That is you. Humble Grouse, what's your movement looking like? Are you running away from their friend or running in to stab him with your knife? Because you.
I mean, I'm already at close range, right?
What was that?
I'm already at close.
You're at melee, which
I'm
is
at
halfway
melee.
between your 2 ranges.
Ah, yes, that is a little troublesome.
I can rush in and back you up if you... I was gonna have Hunter shoot at the one on Yao.
Yeah, I will move in.
Alright. And Mido is also moving in at the same one or at
Yes.
the one with Yao?
I'll move in on the one with Humble Grouse.
Alright.
Hunter will target the one on Yao.
And then are you going to be attacking with your holy weapon again, or are you going to charge in to attack with your fists.
Is there what kind of move would I have to do to pull back?
So the attack action, charge in, moves you one space closer, gives you -1 point, but you deal 3 extra damage if you hit.
Okay, but I want to push him back away through.
Oh, yes, if you want to use Mighty, then you have to use your close range weapon. Which,
Yeah,
if you attack
okay.
from this range, you can do, but you have -1 point anyway. So
Okay,
charging
yeah,
in
that's fine.
to your advantage.
Yes, that is what I would like to do. I would like to use my mighty weapon,
Alright.
pretty handily cleaved in twain great shield from the gold.
Alright, let's roll for this massive beatdown then. All 3 of you,
Alright.
by Yao, have +1 dodge. Shepard,
Cool.
what's your attack on the queen looking like?
Alright, what does the sticky tag do?
Sticky roots them in place so they can't move.
Okay, I'm gonna use that for my special ammo since that was my advance.
Oh, fun.
Nice. And also, I'm gonna mark another holy fire.
No, this is goofy and unrelated, but it would be cool if it was like a coag stick them in place. They're primarily made of blood anyway.
Just a coagulant? That's pretty great.
Yeah,
I didn't specify how it's sticky.
Aww.
maybe like an common
Wait,
item that's just
so you're rolling a
coagulant.
regular attack? You're not using steady shot?
I can't apply holy because holy only applies.
Oh, you're using the shotgun then, or?
No, I'm using the regular weapon because
Okay,
I thought the holy +2 would be only for.
I guess. I was thinking that you would make it increase to 7.
Well, I'm still gonna take the.
Alright,
Danger.
you still took the roll. Congratulations, you've triggered the other part of Deadly Dance. When someone attacks her from out of her range, she immediately moves into melee range with them.
Oh shit.
Great.
Well, that's not the best choice on her part in this particular circumstance, but
Well,
it is
wait.
a cool ability.
Do I still get to roll my danger thing, or?
You can still reroll if you'd like, yes, to be in danger.
Yeah, but
You can attack in
change
melee
which
with your
weapon you're
weapon at
attacking
-1
with? Yeah, that's the thing. I don't know if you can change which weapon you're with.
It's still applied with the +2 fire. So.
Yeah, you're still using the one. You're using your sticky holy fire rifle.
There we go.
Yeah, there
Holy
we go.
fuck, she might be dead.
Let's see. So now we have an 8.
Actually, no, I don't think that kills her, but it's going to be pretty damn close. Now she has to roll for her counterattack, which is a miss, of course. I think she's actually not gonna reroll because I'd rather take 1 hit instead of 2 and die.
Also, that's an 8 point, and I believe you have a bonus?
I'm -1 from melee, but +2 from holy.
Okay, so
Net
it's a
plus
total
1.
of a 9 point, and you have a bonus.
Yes, I have a bonus action that I can fight damage more.
Yeah. If you're using your bonus for your rapid fire, rapid shot, whichever one it was called, she's now down to 2 HP. Alright.
Yeehaw.
Nice. Meanwhile, over
Yeah, meanwhile, over in the clusterfuck.
so I guess I should roll for.
Yeah, I will roll for the Elson on Yao. They rolled a
Okay.
nothing, and now I'll roll for the one in Humble Grouse. They rolled a nothing.
Yay.
And I'm going
Yao's
to roll.
reroll. They got a point of 2.
reroll.
Humble Grouse reroll. They got a point of 4.
Okay.
So the
seeing a
4
lot of
points
things.
Elson is currently winning the fight, but none of you have rolled yet, so we'll see how that goes.
Okay. And I roll. And that's a miss.
That is a miss.
And the maximum point is 2 right now?
4.
Oh, 4, yeah.
4?
Yeah.
Is that aimed at me?
It is
I think
aimed
that's
at
the
Humble
one-
Grouse.
Yeah.
It's aimed at Humble Grouse.
Yeah.
And what's your dodge?
I guess with your bonus, it's a 4.
Oh, so it's gonna
Okay.
miss you.
So it still misses. So we can actually sit here and I don't need.
I mean, you can still roll to see if any of you deal damage back.
Yeah, the rest of you roll, but I think
Yeah, if you could roll me,
Yes,
Mido.
I keep forgetting that Ix can't.
No worries, no worries.
Alright, you
No,
rolled a miss.
it's-
Would you like to re-roll?
Yeah, totally. At this point, with the boss at 2 HP, why not?
You
okay, you
rolled
got
a
a point
4.
of 4.
It's something.
That ties the enemy, so you're both winning, which means you're going to hit them.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
I get a 2.
Alright. Do either of your attacks have the piercing tag? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Nope.
Alright, between your 2 and your 4, you're dealing 6 damage, which is equal to its HP. Where do you want to push it from your mighty tag? Just away?
Yeah, just back.
Shepherd, towards Yao?
No, not towards the shepherd, since the shepherd is also just like back triangularly away from Humble Grouse and the shepherd, I guess.
Okay. It will
Forming an
move from close
equilateral
range
triangle
out
there.
to melee range, and then
Yeah,
it
that
explodes
Oh, jeez.
because you killed it. Everything within melee range of it takes a 5-point hit, which is Mido and Humble Grouse.
Dang it, didn't push it far enough away.
Either of you have a 5 currently.
No, I don't think so.
Not just
What's
hard,
your
it's really
bonus?
hard to get.
You
Yeah.
basically have to be a daredevil.
Yeah.
Just an
I can just mark
absolute
damage.
Yeah,
It's
you
your
take damage,
problem.
and also you're on fire now.
Oh, jeez.
Cool. Well, you can reload to get rid of it.
Okay, yeah, that seems like a good idea. And Hunter also has 1 shot remaining in the quiver.
Yeah, so let's roll for the hunter.
And that's a
They
point
got a
of
2 points. 2 points of
Alright.
damage to that Elson.
It's something.
Alright. So, the reason I asked about piercing is piercing attacks instantly kill them. Makes them explode
Oh.
prematurely.
That seems bad.
Oh,
Oh,
hey,
so no.
guess who has a piercing range weapon?
Oh,
Yeah,
Well, if you want to
we
go
really
ahead-
picked the exact wrong targets. Fine.
I think it's very funny how these enemies have so far been basically more dangerous than the Bloody Queen.
Oh, hey, the Blight Queen is also on fire.
by the way, if you...
Yeah, she is.
Jeez. Oh yeah.
So at the end of the turn, I think she actually dies.
Oh my God.
Oh, if you decide that you're going to pierce that what did you call these again? Burnouts?
Burnouts, yes.
If you decide that you're going to that one, we need to know. Yes.
My weapon is piercing, though.
It'll
Yes,
explode
it'll explode.
prematurely.
Yeah, wherever
like-
you hit it, wherever it dies, it explodes.
Imagine
Yeah.
shooting a bomb. Now imagine shooting a bomb with a sniper rifle that pierces right through it.
Which is
Similar
great,
result.
unless the bomb is next to your friends.
This is your bomb. This is your bomb on Holly.
Alright, Yao, new round. The burnout is going to move into close range of you.
This
Great.
fucking jerk.
I don't like that.
Alright, everyone, what are you doing for your actions?
Hunter's gonna knock another arrow. Mido's gonna fucking charge.
Alright.
Oh,
So the
you're
thing
gonna
I learned
charge
from this
it.
playtest is the Bloody Queen needs to be much scarier.
Yeah.
She's already kinda scary, but like, not enough. I need to amp it up like 4 levels.
Yeah, I'm afraid so. That's what
Wait.
playtests are for, though.
Wait, I forgot a
Mhm.
thing she had. She has the Wicked
Oh
Death.
no.
She deals damage even when she doesn't win the beatdown. Oh well.
Oh,
That would have done
yeah.
that would have done like 3 more damage. You
That
probably
would
still
yeah, that.
You'd probably still win, but we'd be hurt.
win. Yeah. But it would have been good for me to remember.
Our bizarrely ethereal luck
Yeah.
still carries.
It's all good.
So it is just going to explode.
You might want to get away.
Well, the thing is, I could move away and
Yeah. What's everyone's moves looking like?
likely beat the crap out of it.
I mean, again, I got a piercing weapon, so...
So if you shoot it, it will explode.
Alright, we want to see the explosion.
I can eat an explosion.
I mean, you could also just back off this turn and not eat
I
an
could eat.
explosion.
I
and
don't
since
understand.
There's no way for me to take 4 hits and just ignore them.
I will back off.
That reminds me, actually.
I rush in.
When this thing exploded, I didn't have any damage previously, so I just ignored it entirely. Shouldn't mark that damage.
Oh yeah, yeah. You use your solid armor, you also don't catch fire then, because that ignores the
Yeah.
consequences.
Okay, so I'm not on fire. You two might be.
Yes. So at the end of the turn, while you're on fire,
I'm
you
still
both
on
took a
fire.
5-point hit. So, but you can mark
Ouch.
resources instead of damage against this hit. Your stuff can catch fire.
Mm.
Or you can reload and put it out. But
That
that,
takes
means you
your
can't
action.
move. But that means you can't move away from this.
No, reload isn't a
I'm-
move; it's an action.
Oh, it's an action. Okay.
So you
So that
back
would be
out,
that would be
reload.
still taking a point from being on fire last turn.
Okay, my food is on fire.
You lost your food to the fire.
Okay, I think this thing is probably going to continue targeting regardless, so I think what I'm going to do is just stand my ground and defend for my move, and y'all can move away if you want.
In hunter shooting.
Yeah,
Wait,
so
wait. I hit with.
both Shepherd and Hunter can shooty, and it will work. So, Humble Grouse, I'm assuming you're backing up?
Yes, I am backing off.
Alright, and I will also do the same with Maida then. And you two can spend your turn putting out your fire on yourself, if you'd like.
Yep.
Phew.
I will be taking the reload action as my action.
Alright. Sounds like that's the same for,
Alright.
for me, though.
Um,
So, I guess I'm going to take this thing, grab it with both arms, and try and bear hug it.
Alright, so they have a unique attack action. An enemy with close range gains the burning condition. You're now on fire.
Great!
That makes sense.
Hey, I can help with that.
And then Yao's, I'm assuming, gonna shoot it. Or, I mean, not Yao. Riley. Shepherd is gonna shoot it, so ash explodes.
Okay, so I have this thing, and it's burning, and then it explodes.
So these
and
things
I
normally
take-
show up as a pack of, like, 5, and I feel like that would have been a pretty good encounter to run into at some point.
Probably.
Yeah.
But we
So
never
I
ran
have
into
taken-
them somehow.
So I have taken a total of 1 damage from being on fire at the end of the turn.
Yes.
Okay. So let's see. No, I didn't block 4 that time around. Oh well.
Yeah, you're taking another hit also from the explosion.
Yeah,
It's a 5-point
But
hit.
it's a grand total of 3 hits that I've prevented with my arm.
Yeah, there you go. You
Oh,
got your
well.
goal. Congratulations, y'all. We have successfully finished the dungeon. And actually,
Let's get out of here.
Yeah, let's go back to
Blow this
society.
popsicle stand.
Yeah, we just dig that thing out, grab the marrow, burn the heck out because
Yeah.
we burned everything else.
Yeah. You have retrieved the marrow by destroying the heart and burning it up. You get a little pile of ash to prove that this castle is no more. It's going to slowly fall apart. All of the blood that you guys didn't destroy, which you might have destroyed all of it, is going to slowly disappear from this world now that the marrow is gone. Any leftover
Hooray.
things are still around, but this place was oddly empty, so hopefully there aren't many of those.
Oh man, all the blood I took in my coat is gone. Darn.
All this extra blood is gone.
But all these
Yeah.
treasures remain.
I
Alright.
guess.
My underling pockets the spare pickaxe.
So let's see. I spot 4 small treasures that I was carrying around, and then we have the statue of a very sad king that the underling is holding.
So for your large treasures, you had 3, I think?
We have the 2 statues, the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
3
right.
large
King
treasures.
statue, Medusa statue,
gonna
and
say-
strange painting.
I have a total of 5 small treasures between all my sources.
The large treasures are going to be worth a total of 12 coins.
Yeet.
So divide them up between you all as you see fit. Your small treasures are each worth 1, and your artifacts, their price is listed over on the things. The soul cutter is worth 7 coins if you wish to sell it, although keeping it would probably be great. If it runs out of
useful.
uses, you can't use it anymore until you get a blacksmith to repair it, though.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a
fire
doable
emblem.
thing.
Mm-hmm. The boomstick also
mm.
can't be reloaded unless you get a gunsmith, which is a different project.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna remove the statues from my inventory meanwhile. You wanna just split the 12 cleanly? 4 each?
That's 3 each.
3 each?
3
Sure.
each. On top of the 3 coin we've already got. That's.
Well, I already spent some of mine, but yeah.
Oh, what did you spend them on?
Booze and a shiv. You know, normal person things.
You know,
I'll have you know that my underling free from their underworld contact because they know a guy, and that's basically their only use.
Okay, so in grand total, we should all have 6 coin now. Each. Wait,
Well, we haven't done the
plus
skull
the 6
treasures
from
yet.
the marrow.
Yes,
Yeah, we
you're
haven't done
also
the
going to
marrow
get
or the
6
small
from the marrow's ash. As you return to town, the aristocrat
So-
pays you for it.
Split that 2 each.
No.
Well,
No. There's still one
There's
each
still
and then 2
4
left
of us.
over.
Who are you not
Oh.
counting among your
The minions.
I don't know.
person?
Your minions could use some.
I'm just...
I think what's happening is 4 people in here.
No, honestly what it is I keep looking at the call and subtracting the Dungeon Master.
We subtract the dungeon master.
Subtract the
people,
Dungeon
because
Master.
it's-
Don't add yourself.
Oops.
I'm not smart.
Look, I do the same thing in
Anyway.
these
I was
ways.
thinking you weren't counting Humble Grouse as a person.
No, I wasn't counting
Why would you do
myself as a
that?
person.
That's fair.
Thanks, great. Cool thing for you to say, Gnome.
Well, okay.
No.
That came out worse than I meant. I mean, it's
No, that's
for
pretty good.
anyone to consider themselves not a person in the count.
I will humbly take but 1 coin from the marrow share,
Why?
because that brings me up to an even 10.
Okay. I'll take the other one then. Fuck you. Thanks, idiot.
How do you get 10 from what? I'm missing.
I had 6 small treasures with me at the end.
Oh, I thought we were combining those. Never mind.
Well,
What?
Why would the Humble Grouse share with you?
I mean, if you need some
Humble
coin,
Grouse
you can
didn't think
ask,
that.
but I went and sold them.
the thing about that is Humble Grouse didn't think that.
So what we're doing is we're selling the treasures and splitting those evenly. And then I've got 4 small treasures that I'm holding on to. I don't know how much...
Hey, can I have one? Actually,
I don't know how much Shepherd...
Hey, how about I give you a coin for one of those small treasures, because then I can give them to my underlings and fulfill my payday. It doesn't really matter mathematically. So yeah, I'm gonna delete my underlings' small treasures rather than cash them in, because that's payday for them.
Okay.
Minions have been paid for the work that they did.
So that
They did good
fulfills my... Yeah, they did. That fulfills my boss thingy.
Did Shepherd
Your
get
explorer's
treasures
goal.
from this?
Not really. I got like nothing.
Yeah, nobody got
I
any
did-
combat goals solved because combats were too easy. I need to adjust them to be harder.
Also, I did not get any treasure smalls at all.
Yeah.
I did get artifacts.
Yeah, you got a gun.
You got a pretty sizable item. So I guess I've got this.
All
6 coin plus 1 from the narrow. We've still got 1 extra coin floating around.
Oh yeah.
I humbly accept your offering to the church.
Yeah,
of
there
the
you go.
Broken Mesa.
There you go. The
There you
shepherd
go.
took the extra coin. All right.
So that puts me
And
at
now-
one.
We're at the society phase. Time to
We
play at home.
we return home to a shocking for having just saved all of their fucking asses. This is in character. As Mito continues to complain about the lack of respect shown.
I have things I need to build.
Yeah,
No,
Ash
I'm
is
not-
like,
No,
yeah,
I'm not taking off the. You can't.
No,
make me.
of course not. Like, why would, like, ever? Like, you probably carved, like, out the wall in front of your bed frame so that you can lie down and still keep the horned helmet on. Just like a dome-shaped protrusion on the side of your house where your bedroom's exterior wall is, so that you can fucking lie down in your bed and have your horn. Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Oh dear.
Thank you.
I'm great.
So
I'm
I got
great.
someone who's politicking.
Yeah, so I'm gonna start the society game.
Oh
So
yeah,
every
we got a
turn-
bunch of people to meet.
Every turn, a bunch of people in town are gonna do a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
The aristocrat goes first because they're richest and best. And they're going to use
Yeah.
politics to lower the shepherd of the broken Mesa 3 slots.
Wow.
What fucker?
Wow. Okay. That actually totally.
And that's how the pecking order has started.
That's like the aristocrat is the old leader of the town who is rapidly losing ground to the cult.
So they're
Goodness.
just
So
in a
that totally
propaganda
checks out,
campaign
yeah.
against the cult today.
Yeah, that totally checks out. Yeah.
Meanwhile, the sheriff's just going to do some odd jobs around town, build up some extra cash. And that brings us to Ash. You're suddenly the most important of the Skulldiggers. What are you doing around town?
Well, actually, hang on. Before
You can't.
what, I guard a society action because I'm the.
Oh, that's true.
you can do
bully.
guard dog.
Yeah.
I forgot you actually do go first. Let me. Well, I
So-
guess
You'd
I
actually
can
go
what they're
before
doing.
even.
So first of all, fuck you.
Which action did you want to guard?
How about whichever one lets the noble knock the shepherd down so many pegs?
Okay, so you're going to guard politics.
Yeah.
That propaganda campaign costs 2 coins. You get 2 coins.
Thank you.
Oh boy.
It's like as
You can't actually
Thank you.
stop the aristocrat because they have infinite money.
no, yeah, I get that, but as soon as what I'm trying to say here, I'm trying to play my fucking character.
No, that's
you know?
fair. I forgot that you get a thing before everyone else starts making their turns, otherwise I wouldn't have done my turn so fast.
No, but I'm saying they're being like. Initially, they're like, nothing's getting past me, but as soon as you get paid, they're like, oh, right this way.
Right
Here's
this
a
way."
knife. Here's a knife to stab my friend with.
Also,
Right in the back. Ash,
infinite
what action would
land.
you like to take?
Well, I'm definitely going to be building something. I just need to remind myself,
A gun.
Yeah,
what are the kinds of things that I can build? What page is that?
Top of the
uh,
right
blacksmith.
now.
that is
Currently.
page 39.
Okay, so page 39 is where it is currently. It may be different in more.
It should... I mean, that should be the one in the Kickstarter preview PDF.
Okay.
Because that's what I have open, and I have it open to that page because I thought this would come up.
I got it open too. I'm trying to figure out what we want to build first.
I mean, a blacksmith would be pretty cool. I don't know.
Blacksmith seems like
Yeah.
smithy type artifact. And how much does that increase construction speed by?
Your ability increases it by 2 coins.
So
Okay.
base is 4.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you will remove 6 coins from its cost. So, Ash is a
Okay.
carpenter who builds things faster than anyone else.
Yep. And since I have the improvement doing the thing,
I'm sorry, you cut
Also-
out. What was your improvement?
Speak closer.
quality craftsmanship,
Alright.
and that is the one that increases it by 2. So,
Okay.
and as a result, yeah. That's why it's reducing by 6, and it's got a total of 10 on it.
So you're already
And,
halfway there. You could have a blacksmith up next turn.
Yep, and it does not cost me any favor because that's the thing that the carpenter gets automatically.
Yep.
So I just do it. I just start building stuff, and I tell a bunch of other folks around town, hey, you know, I help hold this bit up while we build this thing. Also, do you know anyone who knows where I can get a ton of iron? Because we're going to need a lot of it.
Alright. Next on the pecking order is Mido. What would you like to do with your turn today?
I was just pulling up the list on my phone.
Okay. Oh, while you're thinking on that, Ash, one last thing.
Yeah?
You have to spend 1 coin to maintain your current lifestyle, or 2 to increase it to the next stage.
What is my current lifestyle?
The carpenter starts at getting by.
Okay,
There
well,
are 2 stages above you and 2 stages below. You're right in the middle.
I have a bunch of coin available. Spend 2 of my 11, and
And now you're comfy.
nice.
So getting by is now I gotta pull that up real quick. So many things that I don't remember perfectly. Because I'm not perfect enough. Getting by, at the end of each society action, you can unmark 1 courage, damage, or resource that you have marked. So after this carpentry, you do one of those, and also remove 1 scar of your choice.
Okay, so...
Next month, since you'll be comfy next month, you'll get to remove one of each for free.
Okay, so for starters, since I have the ability to unmark a resource, I'm going to... so that I can use them fully next time.
Sounds good. I assume you said ingredients. Your Discord...
Yes, I did say ingredients.
Okay.
I'm not
Yeah, your Discord's
specifically
called
deciding not to...
automatic thing is catching your voice because it's quiet. It's all good.
Sit closer to me.
I can't, there's a cat in the way.
Alright. And now, Mido things. Hello.
Hello, I think I'm gonna go with... Let's see, I can pay into a town project, pay the entire, right?
Yes. If
Okay.
you take construction, you could spend your 4 coins to instantly complete the blacksmith project. You wouldn't even have to do any actual work. Like, you don't have to do a reduced benefits thing. You could take the no benefits slot and buy it out.
I was actually thinking of doing some towards the tavern as well, but that's also tempting.
You could do that too.
Is there... I think I'm going to do the tavern just because that fits into character more, and I'm going to fall back on that for now.
Alright.
What do I start at as bully? Or I guess as boss, actually. Or which one would it be? I guess it would be bully, since that's the sociable.
Yeah, bully is the one. What are you asking?
That's probably getting, well... How much coin do I need to maintain that?
Oh, you're also starting at getting by, yes, for your lifestyle.
Yes.
That will cost 1 coin to maintain or 2 to improve to comfy.
I feel like Mida would absolutely improve to comfy.
Okay.
Improve to comfy, pay 3 into a tavern, and end up with 2 left.
Okay. You don't have to pay anything into it until you can buy it out fully.
Oh, I see.
So, with the reduced benefits carpenter slot, you're reducing its cost by 2, so the tavern will now cost 6 until someone buys it. So unless you have 6 coins, you can't just put money into it.
I see, okay. Yeah, in that case, I'll cancel going up to comfy, go down.
You'll stay in getting
Tavern.
by?
Just stay in getting by, finish the tavern,
Alright,
get
cool.
a drink, make some friends, yeah.
So the tavern needs 6 more coins to be done, and the blacksmith needs 4 more. And that brings us to Humble Grouse. What would you like to do with your turn?
Hi, is there anyone whose wounds or troubles during our adventure is in need of some attention?
I mean, I don't think I healed, so...
Well, none of you healed, technically. You're just slowly healing over time, unless, as Humble Grouse is proposing, some hospitalizing or therapy happens.
Yeah, if no one needs that...
Fine, I'm building a
I have no scars from damage, but I do have pretty badly dinged armor, which is actually repairable using hospital. But
Humble Grouse goes to the hospital and fixes your armor.
Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to reduce that awful self-important fellow by 1 spot.
The aristocrat?
Yeah, -1.
So here's a fun fact about the aristocrat.
Hmm.
Their special ability is that they are lowered 1 less slot when you play politics against them.
Ah.
So the
Figures.
reduced benefit slot will do nothing to them. It would cost you 2 favor to actually lower them. None of you have favor right now.
None of us? Well, I can't very well go do work.
Work is no good.
Work is no good.
You
And
could
there's no one I want
sabotage
to
the aristocrat for next turn.
I think sabotage can only pick someone who's below me in the order.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a thing. Sorry, the Vagabond, you're not the Vagabond, you're the troublemaker. The Vagabond
Yeah.
can sabotage anybody, so that's what I was thinking.
Yes. And I have no need to trouble the shepherd with that sort of thing. Goodness.
You could, alternatively, if you still want to lower the aristocrat, you could raise the sheriff one slot.
That's true. That's just as good, actually. I will do that. Well,
Right.
no, I will raise Ash one spot.
There we go. Ash is
Also,
now
you
above
know.
the sheriff.
There you go. Hey, no.
Yeah.
I did the math. I'm
I
gonna.
gained one mischief.
I have 7 coins right now, so I'm actually gonna pay the one
Mm-hmm.
instruction and then just pay it off myself, so it can just be done.
Alright, cool. I get to add another action, because you built a tavern.
Yeah.
Alright,
Oh,
also,
it
I spent my coin to still be getting by, and I gain one mischief.
I built myself a nice little shack above
Congratulations on your mischief.
the tavern. Hell yeah.
Alright.
Go do mischief and then come into the secret door that I built. Because you know I'm gonna build a secret door.
Ah, fuck. I copy-pasted bad. One sec, I gotta make a tavern suddenly.
Sorry.
Fucking air. And I
It's
can't
just
think like a reasonable person because I'm a fool.
It's just extremely in character that this fucking vigilante would come to town and immediately after being like, oh, well, I guess you'll all... And then immediately opens a tavern. Just like...
Yep.
You know what? This actually brings up a great question. It's open in towns and villages past.
Alright, that
before she
circle
got
will
moved
move,
into
it's
town.
fine, whatever.
That's fine.
Therapy's full benefit slot is out the fucking window. Or that's not even therapy, I gotta rename that too. One sec, tavern.
It's-
Why won't it move? I don't.
Do any of us plan on drinking after this? Because only one of us is moving after this. Hey, do you want to after this or not? Because if not, I hate to tell you this, no, but your effort is for nothing.
Oh, I know.
Unless...
That's fine. It's fine if my effort is for nothing. I want the folks at home to know.
Using the full benefit slot is the only thing that's a good idea for the town.
It's true.
I mean,
It's all that actually matters for the tavern.
Yeah, well, I wanted it. So...
It's a useful thing to have. It actually does help.
So Shepard, what would you like to do with your action? Would you like to go to the tavern and increase your slot in the pecking order?
Oh, I'd love to. By the way, when do I get to use the ability to tell my flock to do something?
Your flock does something at the end of the pecking order.
Excellent. So I'm just going to go to the tavern and drink.
And drown
Also,
yourself.
Hey, first customer.
So what's the flock doing?
they're going to... I take the ability ties, which
Ooh.
they can do work for free, and they get full benefit no matter where.
Alright, so how this works
We're
is,
just like constructing our own new part of town after one mission. It's pretty good.
so that's going to move you up one slot in the pecking order. So how this works is at the end of the turn, at the end of the pecking order, everyone who does not have 2 actions is removed from the pecking order. So the aristocrat will take another turn, and the shepherd can spend 1 favor to take another turn, but since you bought an ability that your flock can work for free, so you're doing that with them.
Yep.
So,
Which earns me 4 coins.
Ooh.
they're getting the reduced benefit.
Oh.
Yeah, that's...
I think your thing might negate that, though, actually, now that you mention
Ooh.
Yes.
it. Okay.
Come on, phone. Scroll faster. Ties. It does not cost you any favor to ask if... No matter what slot they take.
That's awesome.
Alright, cool. Then yes, you get 4 coins, which
One mission and we're 2 buildings into our fucking new
you might have to donate to
distinctive
Mido
town.
because they suddenly got broke building a tavern.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You need that money to live, so have fun.
What? I don't know what. I spent 1 on maintaining. What do I need
The
more money
aristocrat was so
Continuing to
offended that
retain.
Humble Grouse attempted to mess with them that they went to therapy.
for? Well, good.
Good, stay mad.
Oh my goodness.
I already paid to maintain my lifestyle, so I'm confused.
You pay every social action.
every month.
Yes.
I can lend you some money. After all, the Church of the Broken Mesa welcomes.
Alright.
No,
It has been 1 month since the bone broke the earth. There has not been a
actually,
new one
this
yet.
character is retiring.
We are now on another month. The aristocrat is going to go first. They are going to sabotage my Humble Grouse.
Yeah, you turn on, you fucking shit.
What does that do?
Humble Grouse must take the no-benefit slot of whatever action they take.
Why are you such a piece of shit, Noble?
Because that's their job.
The
Yep.
fuck you even have against us? We're literally saving your shithole town.
Humble Grouse, if you perform philanthropy, you will suffer no penalty from sabotage. Alright, Ash, you're up.
Well, I'm going to take construction again, and I'm going blacksmith, I believe.
Alright, finish the blacksmith. The blacksmith is now in town. They don't get a building like the tavern does. Instead, they let you buy advanced equipment instead of just basic equipment, letting you add tags and customize it and do some fancy stuff.
Yep.
And
And
also, they can repair artifacts.
repair certain artifacts, yes.
Like your...
And, because I just finished that, I get 1 favor.
You do. You gain 1 favor.
And I just finished the carpenter goal requirements, because that was 2. So that is the only goal I have succeeded.
Yep.
Most I have
whatever.
managed
I've
to
only
take
done one
in...
So how goals work for everyone at home is you need to finish all 3 of them before you can level up.
Yeah, and I have finished 1. So it's
That's
going to take a
alright.
while.
No one's leveling up today.
No.
I don't think I even counted as killing Sean the Queen with the fire.
No, you didn't. You needed 4 of those anyway, and there weren't even 4 enemies. There were a total of 4 enemies you guys fought. Because you ignored the cops.
Well, not me, because they took care of the pig before I.
That's true, you never even saw the pig.
We saw this pig, it was great.
Alright.
You had to be there. Split in half, it was hilarious.
The sheriff is going to take the reduced benefits politics slots to move the shepherd up 1 slot.
Well, thanks, buddy.
What? Okay.
Shepherd, you're next.
Awesome.
What do you want to do?
That's a good question. I almost want to try to get a favor, but I don't know what to spend.
Oh, there's so many things you can spend it on, though. Also, don't you specifically benefit from...
Yeah, I get 2 favor.
Is that 2 favor total, or in addition?
2 extra. If you take
2.
philanthropy action, you'll have 3 favor at the end.
Ooh.
So that would be a good idea.
And yeah. Let's do that.
That's the pecking order log.
Oh.
There you go. It's fine.
Oops.
Do you have... Oh, right, because your minions also happen to...
Yeah, let me rename one of those.
The Flock of the Broken Mesa?
I was going with followers of.
Okay.
Thank you.
There we go. Okay, so that's philanthropy done. Maito, what's up? What's
Work,
Midori
bitch.
Onigai going to do?
Work, bitch.
Work, bitch. Alright. You get 4 coins because no one was stopping you.
Cool, 3 coins.
3?
Because you're spending
Yeah,
1 on
hey.
lifestyle. Yep.
Oh,
Speaking
right.
of which, Ash and Shepard also need to do that.
Oh, right, I'm paying 2 coins to go up into...
To luxury?
Fuck your church. I was sitting here so quietly to make sure, just guarding my thoughts, making sure nobody took the... Well, I guess it wouldn't really have mattered if, but, you know. And I recovered. I got some new food after the old food got set on fire.
Alright. Humble Grouse. You've been sabotaged. What are you doing with your turn?
If the aristocrat thinks there's such fanciness, but I will delight the children of the town by performing my dance in sight of all.
No! Absolutely not!
It
I'm changing
greatly
my action
entertains
to
the children
killing
of the town.
Humble.
They laugh and applaud with delight. This is my
Be a
kindness.
I love that it's this pog.
What the hell?
Alright, and that brings us to the end of the pecking order. Followers of the Broken Mesa, do you want to spend 1 coin or 1 favor, I mean, in order to take another turn?
Yeah, we're gonna have to do that.
Alright.
Oh, do minions do anything? No, they don't. Never mind.
The aristocrat is
they're
going to
on job.
sabotage
They're
your
fine.
follower's action.
Hey, what the hell?
This lowers them 1 slot in the pecking order.
Why do you have 2
Wait,
slots?
no.
I build things. I'm important temporarily.
Can't do
Hold on. You can't have
That's
the
illegal.
aristocrat can't go before the minions.
Wait,
Yes, they
that's
can.
illegal.
The pecking order follows the same even when you get your extra turn. The aristocrat always gets 2 turns around, and also Ash will because they just bought luxury. And you go through in the second turn. You go through in order again.
Man, I'm gonna kill this aristocrat.
I mean, that
Kind of a
usually seems like a good idea
Yeah.
until you really sure where you're going to get.
Oh man, I bet sabotage will the benefit of tithes, doesn't it?
Sabotage. I'm not sure sabotage will affect tithes because
Shithead.
Right. Because that
normally
always
how
gives
it
you
would
the
work
full
is you'd have to spend 4 favor in order to get full benefit, or 2 favor for reduced benefit when you take a no benefit slot. But you specifically have an ability that says when they do work, they don't have to spend favor for full benefit.
I'm sick of this dude.
So this guy did something spiteful that had no effect if
Good.
you decide to work.
You're not allowed to work
it
here.
did nothing
Alright, we're going
except
up here.
lower him 1 slot.
Alright.
Okay.
Bastard.
Alright, you get
Now
your
the most
pile of
respected
money.
person in town is.
What was that?
Now the most respected person in town is this carpenter.
Yeah, it's
Currently.
true. Because the aristocrat was a dickhead and
refuses
sabotaging
to take
people.
off the helmet.
Yes. The helmet is important.
That's important to the image. That's like the
Alright.
reason that
They have not taken their helmet off.
you know why I'm
No.
at the top.
Alright, so
Oh.
Ash, you bought luxury, so I get to copy your token. It's going to cost you 2 coins to maintain your lifestyle this turn.
Okay. By the way, it is important to note,
Mhm.
Ash does not, in fact, wear the helmet constantly. The only part of the suit of armor that is worn down is that helmet, except that there are multiple different helmets. Ash is
Yeah.
just constantly making more.
Naturally,
Good.
of course.
You have cool new horns today.
Yeah,
We are
persona.
in month
like-
3.
So I'm at the top of the pecking order.
Yes.
The very first thing that I'm going to do, I am apparently currently fabulously wealthy, but that's not going to stick for very long. So in order to keep work,
Okay.
Work.
so I'm going to go ahead and recover.
Yeah, that'll give you your money back. Alright.
And then immediately spend 2 coin of that in order to make.
Need to maintain like
Guard a thing.
aristocrat is going.
You forgot to let me guard a thing.
Yes, please guard a thing. Do that now.
Also last month.
Sorry,
Gardens.
I'm bad at life.
That's no, that's fine. I'm also bad at forgot, and that's like
You're
my
both
job.
It's your job to remember, because I will.
What are
forget.
you guarding today?
What are you guarding today? See, I think I'd like to guard sabotage today because this aristocrat is such a piece of garbage.
Alright.
Good point.
And if he's going to continue to be a piece of garbage, then I'm at least going to get paid for it. Can
You
I
will
get
get
paid
paid
in
for
retrospect for last
You're
turn?
getting paid for it.
God damn it. Can I get paid in retrospect for last one? 'Cause I
Sure,
probably
you can get
would
2
have
points for last time.
So that's
But
total 4.
He sabotaged twice. Does
He's
that?
now going to sabotage you, Mido. Paying
Yeah,
you to
that checks
sabotage
out.
you.
That checks out, but I do have. Since he sabotaged twice last time, do I get paid twice, or do you
You only got paid once
once
because the second one was after you took an action.
Right,
that's
because
right.
as soon as you take an action, it
You're no longer
Yeah.
guarding. Yeah.
You had to walk away.
So actually, sabotaging.
Yes.
Okay. But
Mhm.
Here's what I can do with mischief.
Uh-oh. Kill him?
The aristocrat only gains the reduced benefit.
I mean, I don't mind being down here.
No, the advantage
Get
of the
more
reduced
money.
benefit is now the aristocrat lowers another slot in the pecking order.
Ooh.
Oh, I see.
What's up, buddy? I say as I walk around.
You use mischief to make the aristocrat even more unpopular.
Basically, you just like took pictures of whatever they did to make him popular and spread them around
sheriff-
town.
Is also
I
sick
have
of the
seen him do
aristocrat's
it.
shit, by the way. They're gonna spend their
Oh.
turn taking the aristocrat to jail for all the sabotage. The aristocrat loses their next society action.
That's beautiful.
Yeah,
Honestly.
they can just do that, by the way.
Yeah.
As far as I know, the aristocrat has the politics thing and infinite money, whereas the sheriff's thing is, no, fuck you, you're going to jail.
Yeah, you lose your next turn because the sheriff said so. And that brings us to the shepherd of the Broken
Oh.
Mesa.
Politics, I'm elevating myself.
Would you like to go to the top?
Yeah. I mean, alright, that's like character goal complete, session 1.
Temporarily.
Yeah.
So, the other thing about the aristocrat, although you have reprieve from them this month, is that they really fucking hate it when people are above them in the pecking order. Suddenly,
Good.
half the party's above them in the pecking order. They're gonna be mad.
Cry.
Alright, Mido.
Oh, let's see. Let me pull up the list of actions again. Sorry.
We've been having church meetings right outside the jail cell, so we can hear every single word.
I also want to
Shepherd,
know.
spend a coin on your lifestyle.
Ching.
Oh yeah, I should do the same. Which puts me down to 8 total at the moment because I also wanted to mention that the aristocrat is an idiot and has now paid a total of 3
They
months.
have paid you a bunch
Or
of money
6
to get
coins,
very
rather.
little done.
Yeah, 6 coins, so that's my other thing done
Your
from
society
one
goal
source.
is done. You stole the aristocrat's money. You did your
Which is
job
very
as the bully.
appropriate. Very appropriate
Nice.
for the aristocrat, I feel like. Let's see. Well, I want to take the full benefit of. No, I can't take the full benefit of that. Sorry, I misread. That's a shame. I wanted to elevate Humbler more. Really, for no reason other than.
I mean, if you want to make the aristocrat go down even further, you could just spend a night at the tavern and move yourself up a slot.
Shit, that's true. I do love the tavern. I do. Pretty naughty mute too. So
Was the sabotage against Mido or Home?
it was against me.
So
But-
does
Oh
the
yeah,
no
you would get the no
slot
benefit
still
slot
move?
of the tavern.
Oh, that's
Do
Yeah,
you have
wherever you
anything
go,
that-
you're gonna get no benefit.
okay. Philanthropy then.
Philanthropy, you gain a favor token.
Okay.
Humble
And I-
Grace, what would you
I
like
gain
to
a favor token, even though to do this.
Construction, what would you like to start
I
construction?
would like to work on. Okay, so what construction projects are already in progress?
There are none in progress. Blacksmith and Tavern have been completed.
Oh, outstanding! I'll start work on the Diggers Union.
Nice.
12 coin project.
Alright, that you move 4 points towards that.
Alright. And I maintain my getting by lifestyle and regain a mischief.
Excellent. And that brings us to the bottom of the pecking order. Shepard, would you like to spend one favor to stay and play, or are you just gonna do work with your followers?
I think I'll stay in for another play.
I mean, the
Or
question
wait.
is, are you spending one favor to have them do anything other than work, or are you just gonna have them do work?
Let's have them do the work.
Alright. They'll get their money. Ash,
More money.
you are now next with your second action. What would you like to do?
I am going to take the construction action. Continue to work on the Diggers Union.
Alright, 4 coins
Yes.
forward towards the Diggers Union.
4 coins more towards the Diggers Union, because,
I complete the Diggers Union.
and then we toss 2 more coins in, yeah.
Okay. You're just gonna pay
Yeah,
it out?
I should probably.
And I get 1 favor.
you gain 1 favor. The Diggers Union's benefit is that you never need to pay favor to another faction to use their projects.
Mito comes in at the last
If
second.
the aristocrat builds something, they can't be an asshole and stop you from using it. The Diggers Union will let you use it anyway.
Good. Mito comes in just as the construction is, hey, I'm buying founder status. You have to call me founder now. Elon Musk is a piece of shit if I'm not being clear enough.
Yeah, he is.
Thanks,
Alright.
everybody.
And then that brings us to the aristocrat's second action. Oh wait, they're in jail.
Beautiful.
Man, he's not going to be
Right
happy.
in the pokey.
Here's a quick comparison of the people that he hates. The aristocrat got nothing done in 3 months, and then got the people he hates built 3 buildings in an entirely new district of town.
And also are now the top half of the pecking order.
Mm-hmm.
Also the bottom half. So I mean,
Yeah.
we're like really, people hate us. People are pretty divided on.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I'm saying. So
All in all, a pretty good
what's going
time.
on? What next?
What next is a bone breaks out just outside of town.
Boom!
Okay, how just outside of town? Because last time.
I'm thinking actually, inside the town.
Yeah, I was good. I was about to say this.
A
Fuck
big
it,
old
that's the only way
clock
to-
tower rises up out of the middle of the town as a massive
Yeah.
machine starts being built around it.
Oh dear.
Beautiful.
Well, looks like our time is short.
Dun dun dun. We'll solve that on another
I'm getting
session
awkward
at another
stares.
time.
Yeah, I
That's all
mean-
for today.
Like, there's no way to respond to that. That's obviously where the should end.
Yep.
So, like, why should I say anything?
That's where our session's
That's perfect. That's it. That's the end. That's
We'll
perfect.
come back next time.
Thanks, everybody. This is a good game. You should buy.
Yeah, it's on Kickstarter now. Please go get it if you want it. I think it sounds pretty cool as the
Yeah.
person writing it.
Yeah, you're a little biased, but I have to agree.
It was
A fair bit
fun.
of fun.
I was the humble grouse.
I do agree that exploration deadly,
Mhm.
but other than that, it was good. Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. Also, well, I'll tell you, it doesn't need to be.
All right, then I'll wrap up for night, and we can talk about that
Yeah.
after recording, whatever that was. So, good night, folks.
Good night.
Good night.
Folks.